Welcome back. This is the ValorBound podcast. My name is Sean. Your DM.
I really want to know if you can actually hear that.
You can hear it. It comes very clear. Thank you. Welcome back to ValorBound podcast. I'm Sean. Say hi, everybody. Hi.
Hi. Who are you?
I'm Sean.
Oh.
Sean?
Hi.
I run this.
That's crazy.
The ultra god of the universe.
Yeah, that's just the guy. I'm gonna do one of those like self-character inserts eventually.
What if we killed God?
I would not like that.
He's above God. We can kill all the gods and.
See, you can't actually kill God. You just trade places, and then you have to be the
Not
God.
if I just grab a knife right now and start walking that way.
Then you would have to be the God after that.
My lucky day. Today's
No more
the day.
taxes. No more taxes.
That's what you're worried about. Anyways, who wants to talk about what happened last time? Does anyone want to give me some rundown? Whoever gives me rundown, you can have some inspiration. How's that sound?
Do I know what happened last time?
I don't have my notes in front of me. I need to run and get my iPad.
You took notes, so
I have my notes. They're just not.
Well, if you can do it when Tom gets back, you get the inspiration ahead of him.
Navigating.
We were at the logging camp, right? Mm-hmm. And then people were going missing, including that one kid who was there.
The nephew.
The nephew
of
the dude.
This is great. This is
then-
better than the inspiration point.
And then we found this big bug thing, and then it.
I feel like it kind of found you.
It was a
It kind of found us.
It found us.
We went underground, and then fought the things, and then a couple people died.
We almost died.
A couple people.
I didn't.
Yeah,
Tom almost drowned in ground again.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
almost drowned in ground.
All
And
right.
then we got out.
Wonderful. Inspiration to Storm. That's yours
That
for
was
the
a really
session.
good
Is that worth inspiration?
That is what happened.
I just didn't want to talk about it. I think my favorite part where everyone was singing and having a good meal and it was beautiful, and then someone died.
Yeah.
Also, there was the really sad, the funeral stuff happened. You learned
yep.
about the lore with the... Fuck me.
Elves.
The lore with the elves. And the flights and all
was
of
that
that.
the same session?
That was
that
the
was
same
a
session.
long session because we
super
did an
session.
extra
There
long
were like
session.
tree elves.
Blight.
Elven
They were
trees.
blighted.
They were
Yes.
blighted. Yeah.
They're blighted, yeah.
So they're turning into
They got
Tree
blighted into
elves.
Lord.
Yeah.
Like
They're
in
tree
the
zombie
hit
elves,
manga,
and they're
Hell's
no longer
Paradise.
people.
This is brought to you by Hell's Paradise.
Anyways, we'll pan it. Basically, when we left off, he was having the funeral for his brother. Essentially, it was in the wee morning hours, like the sun was just starting to come up. You guys are hovering over him as he talks about his deceased brother and their misadventures, adventures, falling out, falling in, having the business given to them from their dad. I remember that.
Yep.
And we'll just pan into that where essentially you guys are loading up the wagon. Stumpy's getting in the wagon with all the trees that you guys had loaded up yesterday, and you guys are pushing off onto the road with Stumpy driving the wagon out, and the camp is fading in the early morning light behind you as he stands over the bodies of his brother and his nephew, and he's slowly getting smaller and smaller and smaller as you guys are in this wagon on your way to Riverrun. It's early morning, there's mist still on the grass, the sun is just peeking above the horizon, the birds are just starting to chirp, and it's a new day.
So he's gonna be all right, right? We definitely should leave him alone and with his own thoughts.
It's not for us to know.
I don't think he's gonna be okay.
It's fine.
Did we rest?
I will count it that you guys did get a long rest. I know you got woken up halfway through, but I feel like that'd be unfair. So
Yeah.
I'll give you a long
we got
rest.
the long rest before the combat.
Well, you got a rest after that. Fuck it, you somehow got some rest. You got enough rest, right?
2 4-hour naps.
It's like how I live my life, where I take like a 30-minute nap, and then I do something for like a couple hours, and I take another 30-minute nap. Like,
Intermittent sleeping. It's like a thing that
Ultraman sleep schedule.
yeah, apparently it's really hard to get accustomed to. I've just done it my whole life. So. I mean, I'm kind of better than everybody. I'm not saying that's horrible.
Anyway.
We heal up, long rest.
Yep, you're at full hit points. You have all your spells back. It's a new day. It's beautiful.
it's a
fresh.
new dawn. It's a new day.
And you're on this wagon. It's going And then making wagon sounds. Insert wagon sounds. Not yet. Every time I say insert wagon or insert sounds, Levi does sound, but it's really just for me to insert them later. But I always let your sounds happen first, and then I insert sounds afterwards. So it's just bad. It's just so bad.
That's amazing.
What's a wagon sound like? Like wagon.
Pokemon rules.
Yeah, I was about to say, is it a fucking Pokemon?
Says like censor that. So it's just like
We're
beep
gonna
on.
get copyright truck.
So yeah, you guys are in this wagon, and Kara asks you, is he gonna be okay? And Lim says, well, it's not for us to know.
It's not for us to know.
And that's where we're at. That's the first word spoken on this wagon ride. Stumpy turns back. He said, I'm not really much of a morning person, so if I fall asleep on the ride, just keep the horse straight. You'll see the road. As he's driving the horse on the wagon, and he goes, should be about a couple-hour drive into Riverrun. So that's the plan. You know that you're going to be on this wagon for a couple hours. So if you want to take this time to talk to each other, talk about anything, now would be the time to do that. While you are slowly making your way, you see Stumpy pulling. It goes from like a forest because you're going out of the edge of the forest, and he starts following the river. And the river's massive and loud. You can hear it from a while away. And you start to see this scraggly patches of like well-worn, lawn or grass start to turn into almost a road, and then about a half an hour down turns into a large cobblestone road, like an obvious, easy road that you can clearly see has been there for a very long time, and it's following the river straight to the whatever direction that is, east.
Yeah. Looking at the map, that looks like east to me.
Oh yeah, we got a map. Check it out.
Wait, what about yeet? Isn't that a valid direction?
Yeet is the concept of
Yeah, yeet is the concept of direction.
Philosophical.
It's like a concept.
We determined that last time.
You will know you're going yeet
when you are
going yeet.
That's very philosophical, honestly. What are you eating? How's that? It's morning. You guys haven't eaten yet.
I mean,
Ron pulls out like questionable looking jerky out of his bag. Like it's obviously been there for like a while. And it just like, blows off like a bit of dust.
where do you keep that?
Jerky pocket.
Show me where the jerky pocket is.
And I open my satchel, and it's just a pocket that has a good amount of jerky in there.
Is there anything else in there?
Flap?
It's different. A couple different jerkies.
There's no like weapons thrown in there either. It's just
this
jerky.
is specifically the jerky pocket.
I don't know if you got, if it's only jerky pocket.
Well, I don't want to accidentally
Mine's got
bite,
rocks
like,
and berries, so
throwing
you know.
knife.
How would you accidentally
look at what you pull out?
throwing knife?
Because I'm reaching for jerky, and it happens to be in the jerky pocket.
Does the jerky pocket have a flap, or is it just open to the bag?
It's like a button.
Is this going to be a 20-minute conversation on the jerky pocket? This is the episode, guys. Fuck it. The episode's title is Jerky Pocket. Ron's Jerky Pocket. We might get banned for that, honestly.
That's fair, yeah. That would definitely get us taken off of Apple's music listing.
Ron's Jerky.
No, there's
Would you care for some jerky?
no.
Is it all different, colors? Is it clearly from the same animal, or is it, different jerky?
It's different jerkies, it's like,
Okay.
What's the quality of preparation on
Well,
this jerky?
Would
Did
you
do
like
it
some
yourself?
Griffin jerky?
I pull out
Very
a mix
gamey.
of acorns and berries that I will eat
Acorns?
unshelled.
I'm gonna pull out
I found
significantly
them earlier.
less suspicious looking jerky from my
The war of jerky has begun.
I'm good.
Stumpy
Thanks,
turns
man.
back and goes, well, if no one else is having any, and he grabs some of Ron Haran's jerky and starts eating it. He goes, oh, it's got some smoky flavor.
Yes.
I'm gonna have him make a constitution check.
Hey, dwarves have resistance against poison.
That's fair. That is fair. If this was regular D&D, he'd die. No, Yeah, he coughs a little bit, and he kind of looks at it, and he like throws it off to the side.
Yeah, that was the extra smoky jerky.
It
was
I want
flavored.
your character to live all the way to 20, retire, and make a jerky shop, dude. Oh my god, that would
An
be just
exotic
ideal.
jerky shop.
I know, I got someone you can
Sold
talk to.
only in pockets. Pouches. Just only in pouches.
So yeah, you guys are riding along, and it is a road now. It's nice. It's making, I don't know if you ever heard like wheels over cobblestone, but it's making that sound. It's not an excuse for you to have to do it, but I'm glad you
Looked at me.
This is a comedy
He was like panting to like, I need to make a wagon sound right now.
This is a comedy episode.
This is a filler episode for sure.
Cobblestone.
That's okay. We all needed it. So I guess you're in this wagon for a fucking while, and eventually, as you're going down the road, you start to pass other wagons going past you. It seems just like normal travel, and there's more and more wagons in front of you. There's people walking on the side of the road, and as you get further and further down, it's been like an hour and a half, you start to see on like the coming up are some fields and what looks to be crops and farms and houses on those farms and berries and corn and all sorts of manner of interesting crops growing in these fields.
Hello. I would like to put on a cloak, a hood. I don't want to. I keep attracting attention.
Where did you
and I
get
don't
that
like
cloak? Did you never mentioned it before? You just have a cloak?
Well, I've been covering myself somehow, haven't I?
Haven't you?
Yeah.
Haven't you?
You just never exclusively said you had.
I think
Let me see your inventory. I'm kidding.
I hand over your character sheet.
part of my traveler's
that
clothes
like a ring-a-ding?
includes headscarf.
Oh yeah, that's fair. Yeah, you throw on a headscarf.
Something, yeah. It doesn't have to be like cape.
Do you do it really obviously, or is it like you're just like, oh, put on a headscarf?
Just like getting dressed.
Yeah, I'm just I don't feel like I have ever announced my actions very well. So just, digs in bag, puts on a headscarf,
just doing
kind of, yeah. Glows slightly less.
Is it wrapped kind of like a mummy, or
No,
is it
it's
like
like
properly put on?
Like just over and kind of very poorly wrapped. The wind of the wagons, I'm constantly having to because I don't know what mirrors are, trying to keep it on. Doing great.
You're trying.
Yeah, I'm preoccupied.
Can I observe? Are there people in these fields?
Yeah, there's definitely people in the fields.
What kind of people?
Make it a perception check, I guess. Shit.
Okay, Lim.
Lim's taking a dark turn this week.
I need to know.
These heretics do not deserve to live.
This week on ValorBound, Lim becomes a little bit more Hitlery.
You gotta know what kind of city you're going into. For.
So you're still quite a distance away, but just looking around, it just looks like a whole mix of races. There's clearly some Fey folk, there's clearly some humans. You might even see a tiefling on the distance. Just a whole mix of people.
Okay.
Dwarf in one field, a dwarf in a cart that's passing by. Stumpy waves at the dwarf. Dwarf waves back at Stumpy, but doesn't look at any of the rest of you. So yeah, it just looks like from what you can tell from the distance you're at, it's quite a mix of diversity of people.
Kara has waved at every cart that we've passed.
Pretty much, you're getting like I don't know, you ever seen like the biker, but there's in one of the carts that goes past, there's a bunch of children that giggle excitedly at you and jump up and down.
Huron throws up a gang sign. He doesn't
Wait,
really
does he
know.
actually do this?
He doesn't really know too many gang signs.
Okay,
so-
well, give me a knowledge of your choice to see if you know any gang signs.
Okay.
What the hell kind of gangs are you aware of?
We got gangs in the mountains.
He's up Mountain Peak.
No.
not
Give me
called
a knowledge
tribes in this world. They're just
history.
called gangs.
Give me a knowledge history check. See if you.
A fucking.
History is pretty high, actually. Where did you go? 12 altogether.
So yeah, you throw up what because you were in a small town called Colville when your backstory flashback happened. In
Right.
Colville, there was a run-of-the-mill gang up there called the Miners. Not not because they're children, but because they literally are in a fucking mining town. Get your goddamn mind out of the gutter.
Nobody said
Child
anything.
miners.
And you kind of make like an M with your hands in a passing cart. And the halfling that's driving the cart like looks at you horrified, and his cart like goes off the road into the field a little bit and goes around. And Stumpy looks back at you and smacks your hand and says, "Hey, knock it off! You don't do that, especially in Riverrun." And he turns back.
What the fuck, dude?
Stumpy, could you give us a little more explanation? He was just making a weird shape with his hands.
Have you ever seen gang signs? Has Car ever seen gang signs? I'm just curious.
Probably not.
You definitely knew it was a gang sign,
definitely
for
knew it
sure.
was a gang
you're a terrible. You know that it's a gang
invented
sign,
some
and you
of
know
those.
that it's a gang sign. Stumpy just says, he keeps looking for it. He does not look back, and he drives his horse, and he just he just like kind of says, "Gangs aren't allowed in Riverrun. They've been completely eradicated."
At least as far as they know.
No, the mayor is very, very diligent. There is no thieves in Riverrun.
Huh.
There's only two things I'm certain of. I miss my foot, and there's no gangs in Riverrun.
Do you think they're gonna let me in there?
Just don't advertise that you're a thief.
If you stop talking, they'll let you in. Hell, if you stop talking, I might actually stay around you.
I'm gonna like slump down a little bit into the wagon, like pull my hood up over my head.
No,
try to
that's
look
not better.
inconspicuous.
That's not better.
Does anybody else have any criminal or gang affiliation they'd like to broadcast before we enter a new town? No?
Organization.
I'm gonna go sit with Stumpy.
Are we a gang?
We could be.
I don't think we are.
I mean,
I feel like that requires something that we don't have.
What's
a
that?
mascot?
Coordination.
Mascot.
between a party and a gang, exactly.
A mascot.
The amount of Geneva Conventions you violate. The
Well, you
Geneva
don't.
doesn't exist in this world.
You don't throw a birthday gang.
amount of storm conventions you violate.
There we go. Y'all said my dead name a little too much.
I'm so sorry.
My bad. I said it doesn't exist here, so you're welcome.
You're right. You're
Your
right.
name not real.
At that point, when you go up and move to the front of the cart, you start to notice over the horizon there's a crest, and you start to begin to see what looks to be a very large city. I don't know how familiar all of you are with capital cities. I know that you two were in Alderay, which is the elven capital city. This is probably a little smaller than Alderay, but it's still a very, very large city. In a world like Kalos, settlements are roughly 1,000 people, maybe. Like larger towns are roughly 1,000 people. This looks like it could easily fit up to 20,000 people in this town this city that's cresting above the horizon. You've probably never seen anything like this on this plane of existence. If you've seen it somewhere else, let me know. You've been to a couple cities. This is probably about the same size or bigger than of some cities that you've seen in the past, and I don't know about you at all, so probably never seen a city, honestly.
Just saying you isn't helpful for podcast listeners.
Sorry.
Kara has seen some large cities. This is probably a little bit larger than most of the other ones that she's seen.
Yep.
I get looked at too much.
Wow, what is that?
I've missed being in the city.
Civilization. That's what it is.
Yes.
Civilization.
It is civilization. That is a place where many, many people live all at the same time.
People take baths.
Sometimes.
Is
Sometimes.
true, yeah.
Not all of us, Stumpy says as he whips the horn.
It's so
Things
hard.
got tough back in Alderay sometimes.
How far is Alderay from here?
Oh.
Too
See it on the
far.
map. All the way in that corner.
Far as fuck, boy.
So Alderay is on an entirely different continent than Riverrun. So if you're by the way, we're a video podcast. So if you want to see it, you can look at the map on the screen right now. Well, here I'll even change it so you can see, bro.
Right.
Maybe. Where's the map?
Fucking gang signs.
That was weirdly timed. Yeah, I didn't tell anyone anything about this town. So, okay. Well, apparently it doesn't work. So never mind. But anyways, it's on a completely separate continent. The only way that they both got here was via teleportation circle. So it's very far away. It's basically another world away, if you had to be honest.
Fair enough.
A relay as such.
How did they build that?
Say again?
How do you build something that big?
And as you're drawing closer, you are noticing that there is large walls, guard towers, like very large. that was weirdly timed. Large walls, guard towers. You're starting to see them, because it was on the horizon. Now it's getting closer. You can see the scale of the city. I think this is the first time they've ever seen something like that. So you asked that question.
There's a lot of different ways to build a city, but really it's just a bunch of people pushed really close together. So they make the buildings a little taller and they make the roads a little stricter, but it's still kind of the same.
It takes a long time to build one of these. Many years.
If anyone wants, they can make a history check about Riverrun to see if you know anything, too. You're more than welcome.
It takes a long time to build a star, too.
Yeah, I would assume so.
It's an 11.
11. You have heard of Riverrun. You know that there's an old saying about Riverrun that all roads lead to Riverrun. Basically, it's implying that if you're looking for any kind of work or food or shelter, Riverrun is a easy place to get to. It's in the center of the continent, so
I got a 9.
pretty much the same thing. It's general knowledge that all roads lead to Riverrun, and you're on a road that's leading to Riverrun. So as far as you know, that is very true.
All roads lead to Bossing Said.
There is no war in Bossing Said.
Not yet. I am the war.
Oh God.
But yeah, you're getting closer. You're getting closer. You have the highest. Storm, you have the highest perception. Sorry,
Yes.
not Storm. Lix has the highest perception, correct?
Lost the name tag.
Yeah, the name tags are gone. It's been 3
They
weeks.
fell off the table too.
It's all good. Lix, you have the highest passive perception.
Yeah.
Almost like a trigger in your head, you start to notice a smell that you've been smelling quite frequently recently. It smells like smoke.
Do you guys smell that? I think.
I smell my smoky jerky just to be sure that it's not that smoky
And
smell.
scanning the farms that are coming up, you notice one of the houses in the distance. It looks like there's just embers left of what used to be a house, and the field that house is on has clearly been raised as well.
I think a house over there burned down.
I would agree. That's not something you usually see this close to a city.
Stumpy says, "I told you, there's no gangs in Riverrun. That's why."
Because they burned down a house?
I'd like to look around at like the people and see if anybody else is like looking at it, or if they're all sort of avoiding.
Yeah, give me a perception check.
Yeah.
There are no gangs in Riverrun.
There are no gangs
Yeah.
in Riverrun.
That would be a 4.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty obvious. No one's avoiding it. They just don't seem to mind.
Like it's normal for
Like
them.
it's normal.
Okay. Okay.
They just erase them off the map.
Best not to make a scene. Who's got the compass?
Well, I think that's me. And I pull out the compass.
It's spawning.
Spawning.
Spawning, bro.
Does
It doesn't even point yeet.
Spawning.
Or is it for the yeet?
It only points yeet.
What were you saying?
Does anyone remember who we're taking this to?
Two.
We are
Specifically-
taking it to the mayor, the brother of the
The
Captain.
captain, yes.
Yes.
Close,
Yes.
close, but not quite. The brother of the captain owns a inn
Yeah,
and bar
yes.
in Riverrun,
That's
and he
right.
knows the mayor of Riverrun.
That's right. Okay. Yeah, I knew. I just didn't have my notes in front.
I didn't want to have to correct you. No inspiration for you.
Yeah, unfortunately, we didn't get a name.
Yeah, I don't think I ever gave him a name. I think in
Yeah,
like
it's just
episode 2.
Captain's brother.
Yeah, I think I
Yeah.
in episode 2, I was like, oh, I never gave the captain a name, and I just didn't after that.
We didn't get his
Fuck
name.
it. He didn't have it. I mean, he died really quick.
He never
so-
said it.
Spoilers.
But we're like, sure, I'll go to some random ass town. Why not?
What else are we doing?
So,
Should we start looking?
did we get a name for this inn?
And
Don't think
Stumpy
we
over
did.
here, so he goes, "Inn? There's only 2 inns in Riverrun.
Which one's owned by a dwarf?
The Confluence.
That's where we're going.
Oh, you'll love the Confluence. It's immaculate.
Well, I already said it's owned by a dwarf, didn't I?
Maybe we can get a room there.
Maybe we can.
Love interest Stumpy. Writing that down.
To be killed later.
Yeah, when you finally get attached to
To be
Stumpy, I'm gonna
killed
kill
when
him.
Most traumatic.
No, but yeah, you guys are just drawing nearer to a city, and if you have nothing else to say, it just keeps
Is
getting.
there
Yeah.
any sort of guard or gate work?
Yeah, as you draw closer, there's obviously a large gate with manned guards. There's a tower with guards on top. There's the guards walking around inside. You can see past the gate. There's guards in there. It looks like a pretty well-staffed setup. Their insignias identify them as Dawnspire. So.
Okay. So this is a Dawnspire occupied city.
Yep. If you want to give me a roll, I can give you more knowledge on that too. for
Yeah.
history.
I'd like to know. It would be, I think. Let's check my history. It's a 15 base.
That's
so,
You would know that all capital cities are controlled by the Dawnspire.
Okay.
They are the occupying force of the world. Basically, the only thing keeping chaos from. That's their mantra. Basically, like they're rebuilding society. They're the only things that are holding the world together right now.
Okay.
But all capital cities are controlled by the Dawnspire.
Stumpy, are there any other things we should be aware of as we go into Riverrun? We don't want to get into any trouble while we're here, of course.
I assume you've been to capital cities before. Just keep your head down. Don't do crime. I looked at Luke.
Are you sure you've been to a capital city before?
I
There's
tend
cer-
to stay out of them. I like the woods. Basically, just, it's a capital city. It has a mayor. It's an agrarian society, he says. So it's like a farmer society. It's basically run by trade and crops, essentially. Riverrun basically provides all the food for the entire world, essentially. Pretty much all the food in the world is grown in Riverrun. It's one of the only farming places left.
Okay.
And you can see that as he says that, you look around and there's endless fields spanning the horizon all around this, what you can see of the city. So, and it's flat and great farmland.
Yeah, near a river, must be on a floodplain.
Mm-hmm.
Well, thank you, Stumpy. And thank you very much for this ride. We've appreciated your assistance with this.
I mean, you guys did your part. It's unfortunate what happened,
That it is.
but you held up your end of the deal, and we'll hold up ours. So, I'm going to be going to the market, he says, as you guys start to pass through the gate. And he's like, I have to unload the wood at our stand. If you'd like to join me there later, you're more than welcome. Otherwise, it's been an honor and a pleasure, and I hope to see you soon.
We'll be in touch.
Maybe come to the Confluence later and get a drink.
We'll be in touch.
He
I was
winks
going
at
to
you.
ask, what direction do we need to head to get to the confluence?
So here we go. Let's pull up that map now.
Woohoo!
I do want
One of your 2
multiple
a.m.
maps.
This is multiple maps. So I do want to say in the intro to this podcast, I did say that I am on the side of artists versus AI, and I agree with that. So I would like to give credit to this map to the random guy on Reddit that made it. Thanks, random guy on Reddit.
Shout out random guy on Reddit.
This is totally right. So for capital cities, I was like, I really want to get into my capital cities and like design a map. I was just perusing Reddit and I found this map, and it was literally like shot for shot exactly what I had in my head about the city that I was making.
Nice.
So like, I just changed a couple things. I don't remember the dude's name, but his city was called Valeshire. So thanks, Valeshire guy.
Thank you, Valeshire guy.
Hell
Pull
yeah.
that up really quick. So welcome to Riverrun.
Oh my god.
It's a lot better when you zoom in, but obviously it's pretty big. So you guys are coming in on that side, on Tom's side of the table.
Okay.
That way.
That's the gate you're coming through. So you're coming in on that side. He's going to the marketplace, which is... Where's my ping notification?
In the center.
Yeah, the marketplace is in the center. That's where he will
Love a
be.
good
is
central
right,
marketplace.
right there.
Peak
And he
walkable
tells
city.
Says it.
Yeah, that's it. And he tells you that the confluence is by the bridge over the Dryad River, which is over here. And you know, you're going through the city. This is your first look at the city. It's incredibly well laid out. There's rows of housing and shops. And you do notice as you go through this gate right here to the left of the gate, it is partially collapsed and looks like there's burn marks all over this side of the wall. Some of these buildings over here are decrepit. They look like they've been abandoned for some time, while the buildings over here are newer and nicer. And it kind of there's other spots as you're going further into the city that look like that. But you do see in the decrepit spots over here that there are some Dawnspire people starting to clean up some rubble, move stuff around, and it looks like they're working on it. So, do you disembark from Stumpy, or are you gonna? What would you guys like to do?
I don't know about the rest of you, but all this traveling has really drained my ration supply for any more travel. Before we potentially get waylaid and busy, we would like to buy some more food before we don't have a chance to do so anymore.
And it's obviously like a really bustling city too. There's people back and forth, people carrying things. Like it just looks like there's a lot of trade going on in the city. So you do know that the best place would probably be the market.
There a cabbage cart.
There's a lot of carts in the middle of the market. Like the market's kind of like
the
market's kind of like a general supply hub. You can get pretty much anything you want there. There are some specialty stores around the market though as well. So if you're looking for anything in particular, just let me know. But if you're looking for general supplies, the market would definitely be the best bet.
My cabbages.
Levi, you will have none of your tomfoolery.
I was just letting you know. We have limited time today, all right?
Yeah.
Sorry. Gonna go to the club.
I think it may be more practical to establish our contact, a touch point, somewhere to gather. And we are meeting with somebody who owns an inn. Perhaps we would be able to get an inn with him
That's
before we start getting separated in the city. We at least know where to find one another.
That makes sense to me.
I think that's a good point.
Where are we going again?
The conflict.
In
Right, I
Over by the bridge.
lead the way.
So
I'm
you're
gonna
going
look around and see if I can see a bridge.
You definitely cannot see a bridge. There's a lot of people walking past. You can always stop and ask for directions, but it looks like the street you're on is the main thoroughfare through this side of the thing.
If I look to the sky, would I be able to see like other winged races flying above the buildings?
Yeah, there.
Okay.
Fairies are relatively uncommon. Most of them went back to the Feywild, as you know, before the disaster. So there's there's a couple. They look the ones that you do see though are nicely dressed.
Okay, just that it's happening at all.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna fly up and look for this bridge
Okay.
to sort of guide us.
Yeah, you don't even need a perception check. It is a very large bridge, obviously coming out of a guard gate on the other side, to the right by the river. So you would see that over there, and you would easily be able to make your way through the market, which is crazy busy. Like, there are so many people there. Like, I would say, like, Ron Haran and, I'm blanking her name right now, Eon, are just absolutely astonished. I don't think you guys have ever seen this amount of people in one area. The rest of you, you've been in cities, you would...
Is that not one but two jerky booths?
There is multiple jerky booths. There's a guy actively making jerky in one of the booths as well. Yeah, Ron Harag is getting completely distracted. Like, the market has anything that you would see in, like, a normal bazaar. I don't know if you've ever been to, like, bazaars before, but, or, like, you know.
Yeah.
Yo, I can't believe there's a Jack Links
Cara
at this
is going
market.
to-
No brand names!
It's my family. It's okay.
Well, now they know we're Neville
Oh
babies!
fuck!
Oh, no!
Look, Jackal's linkage.
It's Jackal.
Jackal.
The reason I'm the DM is because I work for Lockheed Martin.
Sorry, I have to kill you.
But no, you're walking through, and yeah, it's just like a
Kara is
crazy
going to
market.
grab Ron Haran's belt in one hand and Aeon's hand in
So
the other.
you think you can stop an 8-foot
No.
tall dude
Everything's a
just
fight.
walking? No, I'm just saying I am enamored and walking, and you are.
No, this is just to provide you enough
Guidance.
Floating like a
so you
smelling
don't
of pie.
completely wander off.
She's gently leading Ron
All
around.
right.
Yeah, it's just so you don't completely wander off. Full ADHD.
Like when you see just the littlest person with a Doberman that's just like.
I'm sure it's like this every day. We can come back.
come back.
We can come
People
back.
are slightly like they're looking at you like, oh, what the fuck?
And his armor is really shiny.
Yeah, and your armor's really shiny, so
Oh
people are
yeah.
like, oh.
You're like a fucking billboard.
Yeah.
I told you I get a lot of looks.
It's not like a bad, like they clearly haven't seen a lot of Goliaths. Like, it's not like they're angry about it.
I
They just
know.
they're like, oh wow, that
of
dude's
eyes.
fucking tough. Like when you see like a 6'10" dude and you're like, Jesus Christ, dude, that guy's a mountain. Like that's essentially what they're doing to you. They're gawking a little bit, and you're also in bright shiny armor. Yeah,
Yeah.
the shiniest armor anyone ever saw.
It's pretty
Immaculately
Shiny.
shiny. Yeah. Actually, a couple of people offered to buy it off of you in the bazaar.
Nah. It's still
You didn't want to entertain the money?
Won't even hear.
I mean, how much? It's pretty shiny, though. You know.
One guy looks at his stash and he goes, 16 gold.
No. The shine on this
16 gold and jerky.
Shit.
making it tempting.
Run. No, it's not worth it.
Ooh. Jerky.
Ron,
can just
think
buy
about
the
how
jerky.
you never
Yeah.
have to.
Yeah, I like
Clean that armor.
shiny.
And with that, Kara pulls you further into the bazaar, and you start to make your way.
Goblin brain says yes, and then I start speaking Goblin a little bit. My character.
Do you speak Goblin?
I do speak
Don't.
Goblin.
That was actually a question I was going to ask because I forgot. Who speaks what languages, really quick?
I speak Goblin, Common, and yeah.
Goblin and common. Okay.
And
I got
Goliath.
common and
but-
something else that I have not considered,
Okay, well,
and I need to pick.
you
before
should probably
we need
pick
to.
very soon.
Yep.
Like now.
Yeah.
Goliath. Like,
Elvish and
Goliath is
common.
weird.
Okay.
I think I only speak common right now.
Okay.
Oh, and I've I picked up some Elvish.
Huh?
Picked up some Elvish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, cool. That was just making sure. That actually makes it a lot easier. All right, so when you
think-
start speaking Goblin, some people look like frightened, and they're like, "They just hurry past you."
Oh, sorry. I forget that freaks people out sometimes.
Yes.
And if anyone wants to do a history check, you can about goblins in this world because.
Sure.
I think Kara speaks and reads like
Rolling
Dwarven,
really good
but mostly
today.
only
It's
speaks
very low.
scripture based.
4.
4. I mean, you would know that
exist.
goblins aren't. You know how like in other D&D games, goblins are like a fucking lesser race. Like they're like little chaotic beings. There are they were like that, and then they slowly have like integrated into society. And there's actually a city where goblins run it. So they have their own city. They're a generally acceptable race, but the language still just quite isn't there for most people. They're still like goblins, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And as you walk out of the market, because I assume you guys walk through the market, you kind of make a mental note of where some stalls that you'd like to check out later, which you can ask me about at some point. And you start to walk towards the massive bridge. And as you kind of crest out of the street, kind of opens up, to the edge of the city, and you see the confluence, the bridge, and a couple other buildings around there. I have a description of the confluence somewhere. Let me pull her up. I'll read her to you, then you can decide what you'd like to do, boys. A sturdy wooden structure adorned with hand-carved motifs of fish and waves. It exudes a rustic charm and draws weary adventurers and locals alike. And when you step inside, let me know. If you'd like to step inside. It's a very large building as well.
Okay.
I gesture for Kara to go first. I think you'll make the least startling entrance.
Yeah.
You are the most normal out of all of us.
Most normal looking. Yes.
I mean, I
would
look
have
pretty
to
normal.
Well, when you
Depends
look
on the
around,
day.
when you look around, it's an incredibly diverse city. So I
Yeah.
don't think anyone would.
Not your fault.
Which maybe not. Right.
Yeah, well, there's races that obviously like people don't see a lot. So,
Or
like,
If I
That
don't
one.
transform in the middle of the room, then it's fine.
So are you walking into the confluence?
Yes.
So the door isn't even closed. It's just open and propped open. It's a very large wooden door. As you step inside, there's an inviting aroma of meat roasting and freshly baked bread. There's laughter and a general tavern aesthetics going on. The tavern hall is filled with cheerful sounds, laughter, and clinking of tankards. There's a giant fireplace that's cracking in the distance. There's a long, polished oak table surrounded by mismatched chairs. There's a couch. There's a small stage in the corner where a bard is softly picking at a lute. And there's a long bar with a white-haired dwarf standing behind it, polishing a glass. It's also just full of a diverse host of creatures I'm not going to describe.
More meat.
Well, it's probably getting pretty close to noon at this point.
Yeah, it's about noonish.
Grab something to
I think
eat.
we should try and see if we can get a room here and get some food. I don't know if this is the time to bring up such sorrowful news.
Meat.
I think conducting business beforehand may leave a sour taste.
Agreed.
Meat.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna approach the white-haired dwarf.
Well, Matt's flying one. I don't know why he's talking like that. That was weird. That was me. I was just getting into it. What can I do for you?
I'm looking for a warm meal
Oh, we have those.
and warmer beds.
Depending on who's in yours, we have those too.
Well, are these the kind of ruffians you'd allow into the beds you have here?
He looks around and he goes, "Yeah, we accept everyone at the confluence. It's Riverrun. You're not thieves, are you?"
I'm sorry, that was a joke. I'm not from around here.
Obviously. He might not fit in the beds, though.
I think that's something that happens to him a lot.
We will have 6 plates of meat and whatever they want.
6 plates. Are you ordering 6 plates of meat?
Would you all like meat? Everybody.
Let's see how much it is first.
Yeah, but
Make sure you have enough.
What would the
We just
cost?
got this lovely boar in, and we're doing a special on it today. It's 2 gold pieces per... Oh, wait, how much was it? Hold on, one sec. That might not
2
be.
gold for a plate.
That's not right. I'm sorry.
That feels kind of expensive.
Yeah, sorry. That was for something else.
Pricey.
A meat chunk is 3 silver pieces.
Not bad.
For like a large chunk of meat. You can also get some bread with that for an extra copper.
Could I
take it.
get that candied for 1 more silver piece?
I was gonna do it for free, but yeah, if you're giving me extra money. He looks back. So the bar's, it's like a bar, but then there's like a kitchen behind it, and he can kind of like look back and be like, candy the meat.
I'll order a plate with some bread.
Cool.
Is that board just like kind of like rotating?
Yeah. There's a fire, and it's like kind of like.
How much for a leg of meat?
Well, if it's for a chunk, it's 3 silver. We'll say 1 gold piece feels accurate for an entire leg.
Probably 3 servings worth in a leg.
Yeah.
I don't know how much Ron needs to eat.
I think you're gonna have to come up with that. Technically, he doesn't have to eat more than a normal person.
Yeah. Hey, I'm not tracking that. That sounds awful for me. So you can track it if you want.
No. I'll just take a big old hunk of meat.
All right, cool. Does everyone have money?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah,
Because it is. I'm not just gonna give you stuff. Like,
Does Aeon have money?
That is...
Yes.
There's a joke that happened earlier today at work where we had this exact conversation, and I said the funniest thing. Because Adia was like, I have money. And I was like, where the fuck did you get money? and then we were like going back and forth for a minute. I'm like, what do you have, Starbucks? But anyways,
Did you produce gold?
yeah. What do you have? You can. I mean, that's a good question. They all kind of look at you because you haven't ordered yet. Everyone else has put in their orders and they've subtracted their money from their inventory. They clanged it on the counter. Probably really cool. What about you? He said, what will you be having?
Eon's got a handful of coins. There's probably like a silver and 3 coppers that come out of their pocket, and they're like, I want the square one, and I point at bread. Because Leon doesn't know what meat is. Meat sounds scary.
Bread is only 2 copper, but you wouldn't know that. So he looks at you. He
I'm just
takes
holding
it.
hands.
Yeah, he takes it from your hand and he takes the proper amount out and hands you back your change and kind of gives you a little oh.
We're holding it. We're wow.
And within a matter of a couple minutes, there's food on the bar for you guys. A nice warm meal in some cases.
Mm-hmm.
Bread is buttered. It's got a soft cinnamon aroma coming out of it.
Who are
Kara is
buttering their
also
bread?
going to order a beer.
Alright.
Aw,
How
yeah.
many beer? A gallon, a mug,
A mug.
mug of beer is 4 copper, he says. And you're in luck. This is beer from right down the street.
Ooh.
We have our own brewery here. I take it you guys aren't from around here, huh?
No, we are not.
Obviously.
No one in Riverrun ever is. I say that to everyone, even if they've been in here all the time. But yeah, this is right from down the street. There's a brewery over there, and he points further down the river, where you would obviously know it's further down the river. And what the fuck's that brewery called? The Two Rivers Brewery, right down the road.
What's the other river?
He looks at you questioningly. He goes, "You really never have been to Riverrun, have you?"
No.
Well, listen, there's an observation deck on the 2nd story. Why don't you go up there and take a look for yourself?
In due time.
All right.
Is that
Yeah,
why this
after
place
we-
is named Confluence?
Smart. This one's smart.
I know words and things.
Essentially, he starts to explain why it's Two Rivers, why it's called the Confluence, and why it's called the Dyad River. So, the river is very large, and it runs both ways, from one side of the continent to the other. It runs inwards, and it meets in Riverrun. But the water meets, but it doesn't mix.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
So it's technically 2 rivers in one. It's a dyad river. No one knows why it does that.
The Confluence.
Yeah, the bridge over there is right over the confluence, and you can see it if you go to the observation deck. It's beautiful. Got a lot of lovers and tourists that come and look for my observation deck. Best spot in the whole city.
Perhaps after our meal, you join us out there.
He thinks you're trying to pick him up. He obviously thinks you're trying to pick him up, and he's just maybe.
Are you the owner of this establishment?
Yes, I'm the owner of the establishment.
I asked that. I asked that.
I didn't hear you. I was listening to the bard.
Whatever.
Play. We have business with you specifically. This is not my friend here coming on to you.
He looks at you and he says, I'm not looking for new vendors, if that's what
It's
Well,
it's really important that you come with us.
He's very not okay with this situation, and he kind of looks over at some people further down the bar, and he's just are you trying to threaten me? He's
No,
not
no,
understanding
absolutely
what-
not.
Maybe it's better if we just come out with it. And I gesture to Eon. The compass.
Oh! And I pull it out, and I hold it up to them.
That's not. Show it to him.
And I turn and I show it to the bar owner.
The bar owner stares at it and he goes, "That's so odd. My brother has one just like that."
Your brother, who is a captain in the Dawn Spire.
Yeah, he works at the fort in the woods.
We have news.
he did work there.
ValorBound, please be quiet.
Did he get fired? What do you mean?
There's no more fort.
He's dead.
The loot, player, stops.
A string breaks.
Yeah. This is a clearly palpable tense moment. He goes, what do you mean?
We were just there.
It was.
And it was attacked. What is there a better word?
It was attacked.
It was
Yeah.
attacked. Your Your brother's dying wish was that we brought this to you. We hoped maybe you'd be able to give us more answers.
I just owed a bar. He's dead? And then he like kind of slumps down behind the bar, and you don't see him. Like the music starts playing again, and
Do you
after
have
a couple,
someone who can take over the bar for a bit?
Yep.
it's pretty quiet for a couple minutes, and you don't see him, but you just see his dwarf hand reach up to one of the taps, and a little mug pull.
Are we just gonna ask this depressed man to bring us to the mirror? Like,
And
Not at the moment.
he
No,
just
not right now.
Starts sipping, and he goes, "Yeah, I can get my cook to cover."
I don't think you should be trying to work right now.
Mm-hmm.
The bar kind of runs itself anyways, and he like kind of whistles at the cook, and a large orc lumbers out from the back, like almost humorously, like it kind of almost doesn't fit through the hallway. Steps sideways and wipes his greasy hands, that's boar meat, on his apron, and he goes, "Yeah, boss," and he goes, "Can you watch the bar for a while?" And he goes, "Yeah." He steps up to the bar and he goes, "All right, who wants another?" And the bar erupts with cheers and people start clamoring towards it. And you guys, he walks around the bar and to one of the tables near the fireplace and sits down with his mug. And he's holding the compass.
Kara's gonna walk over and not sit next to him, but if it's a round table, like sit at the 90-degree. Not gonna say anything at first. Just gonna sit there and.
Is anyone else joining, or are you guys?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go over there.
yeah, I mean, I guess I sit down with my nice big ol' thump, like.
Do you still have any food left? Are you guys eating while you're doing this? Or?
Nah, there's just bones.
I feel like I should buy
I'm finishing eating.
Yeah.
You're like, one thing at a time.
Yeah, like it's been a rough day for me too.
I think I'm just trying to sit in front of the fire, just kind of stare down into it.
Yeah, Kara has the piece of bread left and the beer.
Yeah, and he just is staring at the compass, and it's just spinning. And then it's like slowing down, and then it spins again. It slows down, it spins again. He goes, "How did he go? Was it fast? Was it easy?"
Fast.
It was strange.
Like that's all I can hear is like the single word answers from Ron Huron.
Ron.
Beautiful.
Ron Haran.
He was
I think
stabbed
the,
with.
bard could use some patronage.
There is nothing wrong in death. It is not wrong for it to be quick or brutal. It is a part of life.
He was stabbed with a sword, and then it was a peculiar thing. His body kind of turned to ash.
We tried to save him, but
There was nothing we could do.
nothing we could do.
He like looks
helped.
horrified at the turn to ash part. He's like, that's not a normal, like dwarves don't just turn to ash when they die.
We know it's.
I want to sit up after being quiet for all this time and like in Dwarvish say like he went with the whatever prayer I said last time. I don't know Dwarvish language, so make up insert name here.
Wait, you said a prayer last time?
Yeah, when he was dying.
Yeah, because
Oh,
Eon,
yeah.
Eon has
Yeah.
history with the dwarves.
Yeah.
Ian said like a dwarven last rites while he passed away.
Yeah, he like looks really like shocked, and he goes, "Thank you. That means a lot." And as he says that, the compass stops and points at you.
Me?
Yeah.
Do you know what that compass is for?
Oh, this fucking old thing. It's my brother's gimmick. It's just a simple enchantment. It just points at whoever you value most.
That makes sense why it spun when I held it.
Also, because just canonically, you weren't attuned to it. He's definitely
Don't know
it's his
that.
brother's compass, and he's definitely held it before.
Yeah.
So with magic items, since some of you are new to D&D, there is certain magic items that require attunement, and for attunement to work, you have to sit with it and focus it on only it for an hour to become attuned to it. and that never happened at any point. So, but yeah, no, it stops on you, and he goes, he really loved this thing. He used to take it when he went sailing. He could always point back towards his wife.
It's very sweet.
Do we remember it? Did he say his wife was dead? We hear about his wife.
We heard about his
from like
wife.
the tone, you can pretty much assume that his wife is probably dead too.
He seemed like a good person, and I'm terribly sorry for your loss.
Thank you. I mean, you're never really friends with your brother, but you are brothers. And we clearly went different ways in life. But it was nice to know he was always just a little bit over the hill. He gestures towards where the fort would be.
Yeah, we group that attacked the fort, and I think Carl would know the name. It's been too long. I don't remember it.
The pyre.
The pyre.
It was the pyre. Pretty sure.
Pyre.
Yeah.
Fortunate name. Looking back, damn, that's 5 shadowing right there.
We
Almost like I wrote it.
Crazy.
we believe that it was the pyre.
When you say the pyre, he kind of like looks at you and he goes, "The pyre? They were there?
Yeah.
Have you told anyone about this?"
This is the first we're coming
We
back to
just got
civilization.
to this big place.
There were woods and a lot of sand.
He told us
lot
to
of
find
sand.
you, and that is the first thing we did.
When the big monster.
Why would he want you to find me? I mean, besides to give you the compass, it makes no sense.
I think it was just to give you the compass, not.
Well,
But we just don't know where we should go with this.
he
said
said you
you-
could take us to the mayor.
Yeah, he said you knew the mayor.
Yeah, everyone knows the mayor. He drinks in here all the time. He'll be in here later for sure.
I fly over from where I was eating onto the just right onto the table in front of him. The mayor. Does your mayor know this compass?
No, he definitely wouldn't know this compass. I mean, the mayor needs to know this, that the closest fort burned down. The Dawnspire needs to know this. You should tell the mayor.
Yes. Can you help us with that? We're
Yeah.
obviously new in town. We don't. know where to go.
Sorry, just this whole thing with my
Yes.
brother.
We're sorry
Please
to make
like I
take your
said,
time.
he-
Please take your time.
He's in here every night, pretty much. If you just hang out for a couple hours, he will definitely be in here, and you can talk to him then for sure. But you should definitely tell the mayor, because if we didn't know that it burned down, I doubt that anyone knows besides you. How did you survive?
We were outside of the fort, being tested by your brother at the time.
Oh, so you're members of the Dawnspire. Then it is your sworn obligation to tell the mayor.
We're almost members. We had just passed, and
Then sounds like you're members to me.
I've never been a member of anything.
Just didn't feel very official. The immediately after the test is when things sort of.
Yeah, you graduate and your teacher gets murdered, you know? Like,
He just stares. He's shooting daggers at you.
You know what?
If
in
it's any
my
consolation, we killed the
culture,
man.
yes,
I killed
no,
him.
We did not get away.
Good. My brother would have liked that.
Then I turned into him and killed some more people.
I will volunteer to wait here for the mayor. If everybody else would like to leave.
She's gonna.
Sure, where are we going?
I'm just gonna go into the corner, I guess. Just like,
Car and Lim are just like exchanging. Just, what?
I wanted him to know about what happened.
No, he's very. You can tell he was thankful. Like his eyes, like when you said that you killed the man, and then it progressively got like more horrified as you said you turned into him, and then killed more people.
Turn into the bird.
He's like in his head. He's like, is this like some kind of like curse? Like what the fuck?
Licks.
Your brother's dead. Also, I turned into a bird and murdered a bunch of guys.
Come on.
Not just a bird. The bird that killed your brother.
So he's never met a changeling before.
Most people haven't. I hadn't.
Yeah, you would know just like that. Changelings are, I said before that they're relatively uncommon. They're even less common on the mainland. Like they're pretty common over on the continent, the Elven continent, but like here they're less common. They pretty much all stayed around the Green Gate. Like Fae on the main continent are less like around.
Most of the time when someone meets a changeling, they don't know that they're meeting a changeling.
And that's also true.
Yes.
Is this like a private conversation you guys
Yeah, just like doing it aside, like, hey, you
like-
fucked that.
I feel like you all kind of like pulled to the side. You're still there, and you're still there. And
Anyway.
he's just grieving. The guy's grieving.
Is the band? Is it just a single instrument?
It's just a single guy playing a lute.
Some
I would
life.
like to be humming a dwarven song while he's looting along.
Give me a performance check.
I really hope it's bad.
Oh, he said humming a dwarf.
That's definitely
That's
gonna
what
be
it
in there.
came
Like
to my mind instantly.
I definitely think that's gonna be inserted into this fucking episode. Did you do a performance check? What'd you get?
12. Better than I thought.
Yeah, it's not bad, but it's not great.
I mean, clearly the music's not the right music, but I'm making it work.
And he looks up thoughtfully at you, and he raises his glass to you, and he starts drinking his ale.
So you said it'll be a couple hours, right, before the...
He usually comes in here either before or after he has dinner.
Right.
You'll know him when you see. Everyone knows the mayor. You're not from here. He's
Right.
a
Perhaps-
halfling, missing a hand. You'll see him.
Right. I just excuse me, and I just start drawing pictures.
Cool.
Perhaps it would
We'll
be
come back to that.
best if you took time to mourn now.
Yeah.
I can deal with the mayor.
Okay. Yeah. I have a room upstairs. I'll just. Yeah. And he turns to his chef and he has a private conversation with him. The chef says, "Understood. I'm very sorry." And like it's funny because he's a dwarf and the guy's an orc, so it's like very sorry.
Pat.
Pat. And then the patrons. You can tell that this is a pretty close-knit bar. Like, everyone comes here. It's like one of those everybody knows your name kind of vibe. And you can tell the patrons know something's wrong with him. And he just kind of like, as he's about to walk away, he kind of just goes, "One on the house for everyone."
I'm gonna
And he
cheer and
cheers.
not know why. I'm gonna like cheer slightly, not too loud.
And he raises his glass and he walks up his stairs to the second floor. And you don't see him for a while, I would presume. In the meantime, we got a couple hours to kill in a fresh new town. Ron said he was drawing pictures. What are you drawing pictures of?
I'm attempting to draw his brother from memory.
Okay, yeah, give me a performance check with advantage because you have a tattooer kit knowledge or whatever.
Nat 20.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, you describe how you want to do this.
This is what happened last time
Right.
too.
Yeah, I mean, dice don't lie.
Yeah.
So, basically I just kind of plop down a nice kind of bigger seat. I just take out a big sketchbook as always. You see the tree branch kind of come into view of my regular sketchbook. And I think of the time, right, it's just kind of before his brother died, so it's nothing graphic. It's just kind of like a good profile
Just
of
after
him.
he's been stabbed.
And just like...
Yeah, I would say there was that moment, like, before you noticed there was someone behind him, before he got stabbed, there was a moment where he looked genuinely, like, happy and was, like, clapping for you guys when he was standing on, like, you guys were on the cliffside, he was standing in front of you and being, like, clapping, and, it's, like, kind of like a really nice photo of him just looking genuinely happy, like, starting to clap. I feel like you drew that moment.
The light was setting behind him. It was golden hour.
Yeah. Do you do it in color? Is it, like, black and gray, or...?
I think it's a. I bust out some colors for this one. Like I'm trying to make it a bit more kind of interpretive. So I take out some of like kind of color smudges, I guess, and I just rub them against my hand and just start adding in.
Yeah, I think you really
color.
capture his complexion and his beard, his long white beard, long white hair, like his nice armor, like reflecting the sun. It's just a really nice portrait of a dying man, a dead man,
Right.
a pre-dead man.
Pre-dead, man.
I'm pre-dead.
Aren't we all?
I'm not alive. I'm pre-dead.
With that,
Started dying
you're gonna
the day I
spend
was
some
born.
time doing that. What's everyone else doing?
Perhaps now would be a good time to go to the market.
I would agree. Would you like to? Anyone else like to go with?
Yes.
Pick
Yep,
me up
I'm
some
coming
jerky.
along.
Very well.
I'll wait here for the mayor's arrival. But
And
like
here,
us to
and I
look for
guess,
anything?
and I give a list of just basic supplies to pick up because I'm just not really interested in going to the market.
And just also, this is just a total side note. We don't have to do like the actual purchasing now.
Yeah.
We can do it like over text later, or be like, hey, this is what I bought, and then you can subtract it later. But if there's anything in particular that you're looking for that's like special, notable, that kind of thing, we can do those kind of interactions now. But for like general supplies and shit, we'll just do that later because it just saves time. It's boring.
Yep.
Unless anyone really wants to do it.
if you find a candy vendor or a fey jeweler, let me know.
There is, and I feel like you would, when you say jeweler, they go, oh, we got a dwarven jeweler in town. It's called what the fuck do they call it? Cornerstone. It's on the corner.
Also,
You can see it actually. It's like right there. Cornerstone jeweler.
also, I have run out
Thank
of
you.
ink for my machines, so I need more of that. Just art supplies in general.
Okay, you could probably get that
Maybe
at
at the
the
trades guild.
apothecary.
Yep.
I mean, potion shop would probably have ink. So that would probably be where the fuck is that? The soothing dose. That's the apothecary store. So, so far the specialty stores at the locals, because I feel like you're asking around before you go out. That's just would be normal, and they're telling you, yeah, we got the jeweler, Cornerstone, we got the soothing dose if you need like ink and stuff, potions. Anything else in particular you're looking for? This is just a helpful guy at the bar helping you right now.
Just some guy at
His
the
name
bar.
is Kenny. Kenny Biggums.
I like Kenny.
Kenny Biggums, the Tabaxi Warlock. It sounds like a show on like NBC.
It's like the peanut butter show on BoJack.
Oh, Mr. Peanut Butter. What is this? A crossover episode?
Trying to think if Kara needs anything. Can't think of anything offhand.
I think Lix wants to try to find like some stationery and also a place you can send mail.
Yeah. Okay. So we'll get to that. So stationery. I mean, I didn't actually make anything for stationery. I feel like you can get it in the market.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's paper. And mail is more interesting, and we'll get to that when we get to that.
Hell yeah.
And do you need anything from the market or anything that you're looking for? There's like anything you can like shops you could imagine in a city. There's a blacksmith, a magic shop, a magic item shop, a market with general stuff, jeweler, tanner. Like normal stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Kara's gonna look for some healing potions.
Yeah, that would definitely be the apothecary's, the potion shop. So the soothing dose.
While you are there, get me the ink.
I'll let you know how much it is.
Cool.
Yeah. I'm not sure what I'll need later, so I'll make those decisions later.
Very well.
We aren't really on a timetable while we're here in Riverrun.
At the very least, not yet. I didn't expect us to be on a timetable in the forest either.
I guess it depends on how this mayor reacts.
Yes. All right. Well, I suppose the three of us will head out then.
Yeah, shoo! Go on.
So you
We'll be here.
out into the nice midday sun. It's beating down on the large city of Riverrun. On the mean streets of Riverrun. That's just it's just beating down on you guys, and you're out there and you're wandering. Do you want to go anywhere? Do you want to do any RP in the shops, or you just want to buy stuff later? How do you want to do it?
Kind of buying stuff.
Yeah,
later.
the RP is let's go get general supplies first.
Yeah.
And then we'll look for specialty things.
Okay,
Sounds
just want to.
good.
I'm not trying to like expedite. It's just
Yeah.
I know shopping can be super boring. So
Yeah.
yeah. All right. Yeah, you spent a couple hours doing that. You get a pretty good feel for the city. And how are you guys feeling about? Like, do you think that you like the city? Are you city people? Like, let me know.
I think Lix is feeling kind of nostalgic. He misses kind of like walking the streets with his siblings and getting lost between buildings.
This is definitely more sparse than Alderay. Alderay is more like a. It's just nicer, you know. Like it's clean. It's elven structures. This is, you can definitely tell this was just kind of like thrown together with what they had. It's still very nice. It's a very nice city. I'm trying to think of like actual real examples to parallel it. Like it's just like I don't know, like a giant city.
How new do all the buildings look? You said there was some that
decently
looked
new.
newer.
So I was saying that some of them look newer, some of them look older. You can tell that there has definitely been some work done. And you can actively see the Dawnspire guardsmen working on some of the buildings
Fair.
that are more decrepit, I guess.
Yeah.
I feel like the streets are a lot wider here than Lix is used to, though. Like
Yeah.
I don't know if you've ever been to like a small town, but the roads are fucking huge. You know what I mean?
For no
Like,
reason.
so it's like that, but in a city. And then like in the difference between that and like all the way, it's like narrower alleyway kind of feel.
Do we find the candy? Or any
roll
sort
me a
of
percentage check.
sweets vendor?
Yeah, roll me a perception check. See if you find that candy vendor.
I got I believe that's a 7.
Mine's higher than that. Let me see.
Yeah. Kara's been in cities, but is not used
13.
to cities.
Yeah, I think after some trial and error, you do make your way through a marketplace and find a stall where there's someone making caramel apples.
Hell yeah.
I think that'll work.
Yeah.
The vendor's super excited to see you, very happy, saying, "Oh, these apples are locally sourced. Actually, they come from the forest right over there. I don't know if you guys have heard about Dead Timber Forest. There's actually an apple grove.
Yeah, we've been in that forest.
We didn't know about the apple grove though.
Yeah, it's more towards the north end of Dead Timber Forest. Yeah.
We just found quicksand.
How deep were you in the woods?
We got lost.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, anyways, these were bussed in earlier today. Like bust as in like carted in earlier today.
how much for 3, please?
I give you a price that I'll figure out later. A small amount, a nominal amount, probably like 1 gold. 3, it's like probably like 3-4 silver each. So
Yeah.
how many silver and a gold? We know.
10.
Yeah, so yeah, probably like three
Face
silver each. Seems reasonable. So 1 gold rounded up. Yep.
And then, we get health potions, and if they have ink.
Yeah, there's ink there. It is kind of a specialty item, so I'm gonna say it's like, if you're looking for just black ink, did you tell them? I'm gonna say it's like 5 silver a pot.
I think we're just gonna get 1, and I'll tell you if you want to go back for more.
Yeah, that sounds good.
You do notice, since you've been clocking your surroundings, especially because you're used to cities, as you're clocking your surroundings, you do notice that in the middle of the market there is like a raised area where there's a giant board that's clearly like a work board, a wanted board, like a old-fashioned
Notification.
Craigslist. So
Hell yeah.
that people seem to be around, and the old saying is true. If you need anything, it's in Riverrun. Like you need work, go to Riverrun.
Up on the board, there's his Craig scroll here. Like, back at-
But it's clearly a very poppin' area. Like there's a lot of people that are frequently checking the board, taking things off the board, putting things on the board. So
Yeah.
it seems to be a focal point in the center of the market. So
Ye olde
Definitely worth
couch
checking
must
back in
move
on
yourselves.
later.
Faceboard marketplace.
shut up.
Baseboard, come on.
Yeah, so that's and then if you want to explore more of the city, you totally can. You got a good amount of daylight left. The mayor probably won't show up till he said be there before or after dinner. So
Yeah.
it's midday right now.
I'll probably wander around more, see if I can find anything interesting.
Yeah, anywhere particular
Gar's
you'd like to
gonna
go?
look to see if there's any sort of churches or anything like that.
Do you ask anyone, or are you just wandering aimlessly through a massive city? massive for this world
second
scale.
No. The second one, when we're in the market.
And are you splitting up, or are you sticking together?
I'll probably like stay nearby.
Okay. Yeah, so after some trial and error, I feel like you kind of wander southly,
you.
and you start to see more of the stuff down here. You find the Traders Guild. Keep wandering. You see the town hall, the Farmers Guild hall. Like, you know, just
We passed the soothing dose.
yeah, you go to the Soothing Dose, grab that. Keep wandering south. You see the Sickle and Steel, and that's the blacksmith. You're like, oh, there's a blacksmith over there. You start to see like merchant housing, peasant housing. Then you hit the outer wall here, and the guard gate.
I forgot one of the languages I spoke. I just remembered. It's all thieves can't.
Okay, yeah, I assume.
Yeah.
I assume thieves can't. Are you actively looking for thieves can't? while you're
Yeah.
walking? There is none. There's none anywhere. Like
Okay.
usually in all the spaces you'd normally see it, like like graffitied on walls, like on lampposts, like in the dirt by sketchy door. Like there's none. There's no thieves can't, which is super weird for you because like that's like
Kara definitely didn't
bread and
believe
butter.
that there were no thieves either.
And you get to the guard, and there's clearly, obviously, a guard barracks outside of this wall. Now, the temple's not over here. Would you like to go a different way?
I'm gonna just see if I can get the attention of one of the Dawnspire guards.
Yeah, they're all over because you're right next to the place. And
Excuse me.
a man struts up to you, a human man. Human man.
Human man.
Bob Joe
His
Man.
name is who?
His name is Tom. Like. I don't know why that was so weird.
Oh, I didn't know you were guarding the Dawnspire.
Damn.
Well, I give him like the worst job. This is like a regular ass guardsman.
God, you were a fucking cop.
Come on.
All right, so Tom walks up to you. I'm deep. I'm already here.
Well, someone bleep out your name and just.
No, I'll bleep out your name. It's fine.
That's fine. Hey guys.
Oh, you're not doing that. You're getting to do it. I'm doing you. I'm living out a fantasy here. Tom takes off his armor. Anyways, ma'am, how can I help you?
Hi, I'm wondering if there are any temples in Riverrun. I just got into town.
No one really asked about the town. Are you? You're looking for the what the fuck is the name of that fucking faction that I told you? The Light People, Luminary.
Luminary.
He goes, oh, are you with the Luminaries?
I'm not, but I would be very interested to check out their temple.
He like when you say, dude, you're not. He like kind of looks at you. And goes, that's like the only people that ever want to know where the temple is. Yeah, we have a temple, and he kind of like points, and he's like, if you follow this road, it gives you directions. You're further into the city. You're gonna pass the mayor's house, and you'll see it. It's on one of the. It's in the middle, and it's a 10-sided building. You'll definitely see it. It's pretty obvious. Is there anything else I can help you with, ma'am?
I don't believe there is.
Well, if you need anything, Thomas Dykers is here for you.
Thank you very much, Tom.
And he looks and he goes, you should join the Dawnspire when you get a chance. Help us rebuild the city. And he bows and he walks out back to his post. Thomas Dykers, everybody. Yep. Oh, you guys wait till it's your turn to be
right. Yeah. Well, I'd like to head over there. Do you have anything you'd like to do first?
We're gonna go back to the mail stuff later, right?
Well, you have to figure out where the mail stuff is.
I'm gonna find
asked
where the
Tom.
mail
You
stuff
could have
is.
asked Tom.
I could have asked Tom.
Tom, did you say my name? Tom Dykers here to help.
Do you know where I can send some mail?
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
okay.
If you're looking for the Realm Runner state, you want the Realm Runners, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, there. And he kind of points towards where the mayor's house is, and he goes, "You go over there. There should be a station there, and you can. You've got to roll for it, but Realm Runners are people in this world that are essentially mailman. They've been enhanced magically to get
There's a run.
Yeah, basically through any terrain. They're basically like fucking crackheads, essentially, and they're how they deliver mail in this world. So
They don't get affected by difficult terrain.
nope.
Huge.
Yeah.
Same.
No one knows exactly how they're enhanced, but they get the shit done. They get your post
The Pony
places.
Express.
So
Hell yeah, brother.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Thank
should.
you,
There's a
Tom.
realm runner space over there, and you just go up and tell him we'd like to send it and pay the fee, and he'll be on his way.
Sounds good.
Awesome. Again, Tom Digers.
Thank you, Tom
Thanks,
Dykers.
Tom.
Join the Dawn's Fire.
And yeah, I'm happy to stop the mail station first. It'll probably be quicker than my stop at the temple.
Just give me a moment to write a letter.
Yeah.
Then.
Of course.
All right.
You don't have to tell us what you're writing, but if you'd like to, story-wise, do a little sharing, like flashing in, where you're reading to yourself what you're writing, maybe.
I don't know if I can do that. I don't know if I can do that. I can give you the gist though, because I don't know exactly how I would word what I was writing. But it's just a letter going back to my siblings back in Alderay. Just telling them I'm okay. Maybe some like tidbits about what I've been up to, where I am currently, wishing them well.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you walk up to the station. It's essentially like a stable, but for people. Almost, it looks like. There's like stalls, and there's like people in each stall, and they're just like waiting. And you say Alderay, and you say their name, and the stable opens, and this dude just fucking runs out like so fast.
Jesus, that's
just
terrifying.
shoots past you.
God, I hate these people.
And it's like you every time you look back, he's just like he's already almost out of the city. Like he's so fast.
How do they run so fast?
And at this point, you're
One day, for no particular reason at all.
as you turn that corner to go past what you presume would be the mayor's house, you do also notice some kind of like monument. I would say like have you ever seen like the Vietnam monument where it's like all the names on the walls, like that kind of thing, where it's just like in the middle of the street. There's two very large walls.
I'm okay with a little detour. I'm curious what this monument is.
Sure thing.
Aeon, are you okay?
Yeah, what
with
is
that?
Aeon been doing? Aeon.
Ian's just walking around like a kid at like an amusement park. Everything's sparkly. Yeah, whoa. And like so is Riverrun pre-Cataclysm City? Does it still have weird things that don't make sense even to...
Yeah, so it is a pre-Cataclysm city, and I think you could assume by now that the things that they're fixing are from the Cataclysm. Yeah. Like the walls that have fallen down, the buildings that have been burnt, like that kind of thing.
Like magical like lampposts that are ignited via magic, or
they're not ignited, but they are there. Like, because like the world before was about steampunk technology. Like that's about the era that was like steam powered shit. So there's like posts for what you would presume would be like torches and stuff, but they're not lit.
Ian's going around and like doing all sorts of side quests while they're doing like while they're talking to a shopkeeper. Ian's casting mini firebolts into the lamppost just to light him on fire for a sec.
People are like amazed. They're like, "Is that what those are for?" Like one guy's like, "What is going on?" Like in the like no one, like you can tell like
definitely accidentally had to put out
lit.
something. Accidentally light a flag on fire.
Maybe
and
you can tell there's like birds' nests and shit in them. Like no one has thought to.
Maybe we should stop lighting fires.
You're right, and I start doing the same thing but with cold now. So I'm shooting little ice balls into the lamps.
Maybe we should stop shooting things at things.
Aw.
Yeah, people do start to look at you like hesitantly as you're doing magic in the street.
I stop doing as obvious magic in the street.
You're like just freaking people's minds out there.
You're a mind freak.
Apparently.
We felt it immediately. You're a fucking mind freak, huh? Chris Angel.
Freaking my mind out here.
Yeah, so we'll take a minute, and you guys, we'll go back to the monument. You finished your drawing. You're still in the bar. You're still in the bar. What are you guys doing?
So as I would know, like how fairies communicate in Alderay, like I would go up on the roof and I'd see if there were others, because that's kind of like a meeting spot. That's, you're small and you can fly, so you kind of get to talk shit away from everybody else up on roofs. So I'd be hanging out on the roof of the inn, just sort of putting out the vibe, seeing if there's other
Yeah, definitely. After there's no one there at first, but as the day kind of presses on, a couple, two female fairies kind of like fly up and like take what you would presume would be like an obvious spot where they usually sit. It's like a table near the edge, and they're like, oh my god, like my boss is pissing me off. Like, they're having like a midday bitch sesh on this roof right in front of you. They're incredibly well dressed, like they have tailored clothing. And one of them is smoking a little pipe.
I like hearing about the boss pissing her off. I'm like, human, dwarf, elf.
No, wait, no, just fuck. What is that race called? Shit, race. I know races. Genasi,
Oh.
which is semi-rare actually.
Yeah,
around here.
Genasis are really cool.
You guys, just as I know you're newer D&D players, you know what Genasi are?
I vaguely.
So they're like elemental beings from like jinns. So
Okay, yeah.
There's like 4 different variations.
There's
But yeah, she's like,
water,
no, Genasi.
fire, earth,
Yeah, they're dope.
Are you? She like looks at you and like looks down at your clothes, which clearly like we talked about your clothes, like they are an attempt to look formal, but they're not formal clothes. And they go, "Are you visiting?"
No, I've obviously just blown in. It's it was an uncomfortable few days in the woods for me.
They look like kind of like taken aback, like, "Ooh, we haven't been in the woods in a long time. You know, we should go camping." And they kind of like turn back and was like, "It's been so long." Like, would you like to join us?
Good.
At the table.
Oh,
Not
right.
camping. We don't. Who are you? We don't know who you are.
Right.
That'd be weird.
Fair enough. And I take a seat at the table. Am I able to determine how old these other fairies are? Like compared to me?
How old are you again?
I'm a little older. I'm like
They're
later
young, yeah.
later middle age
They're
for a
like,
fairy.
They're like girl boss, like 30s, you know? Mm-hmm. I don't know, whatever fairy equivalent of 30s is.
So I would just like sit down with them and sort of be like, I didn't mean to interrupt. Please continue. I'm more just like trying to listen to other fae talk to kind of get the vibe of what the city's really like when they know they're not being listened to.
Yeah, so the one just keeps bitching. She's like, oh, my boss just like, he said he had a shipment that I was supposed to pick up, so I went down to the docks and there was no shipment there. And it's just like, has like a trivial day in like I don't know if anyone works like a shitty job, where it's not like a shitty job, but like a job where like your problems aren't really problems kind of thing. Like you get that kind of vibe where it sounds like they're just having a day and they're just like, I just need a break, you know? But like from the context, you find out that her boss is like a art dealer for noblemen. And she was supposed to go grab some art from the dock and bring it back, but the shipment hadn't arrived yet, even though they had gotten like a notification that it was supposed to arrive today. Just like normal shitty office stuff, essentially. But you're getting no indication that anything is amiss.
That's just a normal
ass town, it seems like.
Gotcha.
Flash to Tom really quick. Sorry. Flash to Ron Haran. Tom is a guardsman.
Right. Flash to Tom, who is enjoying a wonderful evening at home with his wife.
Husband.
And 2 kids.
Adopted.
No, they're from my first marriage, actually.
Before you joined the dance party.
Right. Anyway,
But they look adopted.
Is the brother in his like
Yeah,
room
kids.
upstairs?
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of rooms.
I
just like-
would like to go look for him.
Okay. Give me a perception check to try to. How are you finding him? There's a bunch of rooms. Like it's an inn and a bar, so like it's a large inn, you know.
I mean, how many rooms does an inn have?
This
This
is one
inn.
of,
At least like 20.
this is one of 2 inns in
I mean, they've been gone a couple
large
hours. I
city.
feel like after I finish my drawing, I'm kind of searching for him.
You're like knocking on doors. Like, what are you doing?
I mean, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I travel yeetward to find him.
Okay, give me a luck check.
Give me a
Let's
yeet
just
check.
see how close you roll a
That's
d20.
16. on
Yeah,
luck.
okay, so you knock on a door and you hear a lady inside go, I'm not here.
Is that
Me
you?
neither.
Who is this man? Help! And then and she's like, leave me alone! And then as you hear like she's screaming, a door down the hall opens and he goes, what are you doing? And it's clearly the guy.
There
Leave
you
me
are.
alone. What do you?
I've been looking for you. I've been wanting to talk to you.
Okay.
Remembering their
You could-
previous
Yeah, I
conversation.
guess you could come on in.
Okay. And I go in and I sit down with him.
Where are you sitting, on the bed?
Well, if he's sitting on the bed, I'm just gonna like kind of
There's like
kneel
it's like
down.
a classic hotel room where there's like a cuck chair and a bed and
Right? I kind of kneel down to his level where he's at, you know. No, I'm both knees on one, and I just kind of lean.
When you kneel down, you notice next to the bed there's like 3 empty bottles. Like this dude has been on the sauce for the past couple hours, and he's like you tell he kind of like stumbled into the bed too. So he's like, yeah, what do you need?
Your brother is dead.
Yeah, I know.
And that's okay. That is part of life. In my culture, it is not very... We don't mourn over the dead. We remember how they lived. And I open my sketchbooks, and I'm just flipping through pages, kind of showing just
Like a
memories.
storytelling
Yeah,
kind of
of
thing.
my past a bit. I'm like, in my culture, death, we understand, comes quick, fast, sometimes horrible, sometimes not. But it's not about that. It is remembering how they lived. And I flip to the picture that I was drawing downstairs of his brother, and I hand it to him.
He like audibly gasps when he sees his brother, and he goes, "This is. It looks just like him."
Your brother was a very honorable man when I met him, and I choose not to remember the way he died. It was very fast, yes. It was brutal. But that is not how he should be remembered. Do not sorrow over him, because we remember life, not death.
He starts to tear up, and he holds the picture, and tears kind of hit the picture, and he takes the bottle and he hands it to you, and he picks up a half-empty one on the floor, and he cheers as you, and we'll fade out of that. That was really good. You can have inspiration for that. That was really solid.
You did really good.
We flash back to you guys as you turn the corner to look at this monument, and you get closer. You start to notice, you know, when like something's wrong, and before you see it, you feel it, and before you feel it, you smell it. The scent of decay washes over your face as you turn this corner. And as you get closer to the wall, you notice tacked to the wall, like nailed into it in varying form or varying like stages of decomposition, are hands. And at the end of the hall, it's like a long hallway on both sides, and there's a lot of hands. It's not completely full. There's obviously spaces. It's a large wall. There's spaces and stuff. But there's a lot of hands.
Can I make a history check?
Yeah, give me one, and I'm just gonna finish what I'm saying. But yes, and then at the end of the hallway, there's a gate, and then steps up to the mayor's house, which is a very large structure on top of a hill.
I think these might have come from the thieves that aren't here anymore.
God, this is horrifying.
Can I do my... I want to see if I remember seeing anybody missing a hand while we were wandering through the city. Close enough. Ooh. What would that be? Insight? History?
I'd say
Perception?
perception or insight, your choice. Yeah. Probably perception if I had to make a call, but...
Oh, well, that's
Hello?
that is a 19.
A 19. Yeah, so you did note it. Now that you're thinking about it, now that Eon's like thinking back, and like you guys start to realize this too, that there's not like a lot of people missing hands, but every now and then there was somebody missing a hand. Which like in this world, that's not crazy uncommon. I mean, there was a calamity 20 years ago. People lost limbs. Like there's been wars. People lose limbs. Accidents happen. Like Stumpy example.
For existing!
Didn't have a leg, you know? It's like it's not an uncommon sight to see a disfigured person in this world, in this harsh ass world. But this is peculiar that there is a lot of hands nailed to a wall.
Do you think a thief stole his hand? That's why he takes theirs.
It's hard to say. Should we ask? When we
I'm
see
scared. Is there any writing anywhere?
maybe not.
Just a harmless
Straight up.
hand collector.
It's just two
you know?
walls of
So
hands.
harmless hand
That's
collection.
hard. Damn.
Is that,
Is it
You guys see that? Have you seen that episode of South Park where there's hands on the wall? I gotta show it to you later. I'll show it to you. You gotta see it. The part of it that I'm thinking about here.
I've decided that's.
But yeah, that's what's there.
Well, I
God,
don't
What
think
if you
there's
just
anything
lace
else
your
to see here.
fingers in one of the between just
What's up, Levi?
I don't think there's anything else to see here.
Just the mayor's house up the stairs leading to the house.
I don't really want to go to the mayor's house at the moment.
I don't know if I like the mayor.
We'll keep an open mind, I think, and we'll continue wandering our way to
The
the
temple. The temple. Yeah, so you wander to
You
the
gotta
left
figure out what
more
those
further-
hands are, man.
Further down the street, and this is where you start to see there's a lot of buildings around this area that clearly have been decimated and have not been repaired. It's very run down. You can see people squatting in the houses. It's not a great place, but then as you get closer, you do start to see what appears to be a 10-sided building right off the street across from these houses.
You two are more than welcome to come in. Although I'd say, Eon, try not to glow. I
What?
don't think that would go over smoothly in here.
I will say from the outside, the temple does not look like a very bustling place.
Mm.
We don't want to draw attention to you specifically, I think.
I'm gonna wait outside.
Fair enough. Eon, it might be best for you to wait out here with Lix, but you are your own person.
Everyone, your brother's dead. Everyone's talking like that tonight. All right. So you guys are free to do whatever, and we can come back to you in a minute. Would you like to enter the temple, Levi?
Yes, please.
All right. Kara enters this sacred space. It is dimly lit. It is a 10-sided building, large building. You would know, being a cleric, that in city centers there's no individual temples. Most people just throw all the temples into one temple, and it's 10 sides. There's 10 gods, and it's like, I don't know if you guys know what a decahedron, or what is it?
Dodecahedron?
No,
No,
that's
no,
a
no.
20-sided.
Decagon.
Decagon. I sent
say,
the
the
a
hedron
picture of
is
it last
the
night because I was like, this is a
3D.
real shape. But essentially, it's 10 sides, and each
Decagon.
and they all form like triangles.
Yep.
So there's 10. It's like almost looks like a clock kind of thing. And it's just separated by. It's open, but it's separated by like lines on the floor. Or
It
something.
looks like a what?
Clock.
Oh, a clock.
Inside a 10-digit clock.
As you walk in, you notice that it's dimly lit.
Is there anyone in there?
Yeah, there's a couple people in one of the corners. And you've been in a lot of temples, I would assume, as a cleric. There's like, a spot at the end of each wall where you can sit, and there's a little statue like built into the wall of what those gods look like going around. You do notice, you don't even have to roll for it, that all the people are at the Cyrus Child of Light area, and that is a very well lit part of the temple. The rest of it's pretty dim and dark.
Yeah.
That's what you notice without a perception check.
Yep. Is there any sort of tithe box or anything like that?
Yeah, in the middle of the room where all the points intersect, there is a general donation like box kind of thing.
Kara's just gonna drop in like 3 copper.
You hear the people from the luminary area go, "Thank you."
Yep. And then she's going to walk over to the Banar statue, and if it is dusty or not well taken care of, spend some time cleaning up on that.
Yeah, do some upkeep. It's not like crazy dusty. Like the place is generally well kept, but it's not like immaculate. So
It's not
yeah,
Cyrus.
you do kind of some cleanup, maybe light a few candles, like just general church shit. And yeah, as you're doing it, you do get, I would say, a feeling that like this is normal. Like it's like normalcy for you, a normalcy that you probably haven't felt in a minute because you haven't been inside a temple for a while.
Yep.
You start getting almost homesick vibes. You start to feel like a gentle, almost like a phantom caress on your shoulders, remembering your upbringing in your town in Ubin Falls, and you feel the hand on your shoulder of I forgot his name. Sorry, I wrote it down. Your mentor, as he leads you through some scripture for Maynard, and it's weird because like he's a dwarf and you started being a cleric when you were a child, so the caress, like you got taller but he stayed the same, so it weirdly got heavier as you got older, almost like you were bearing his weight.
Yeah.
And it's like a phantom memory in your head, but you kind of feel it on your shoulder.
Yeah. Thinking back, Kara's gonna feel, definitely that homesick feeling, starting to wonder how everyone's doing. She hasn't been back in like 16 years or something like that. She's going to then go through holding her holy symbol and just offer some prayers. And then,
the usual silence comes through back to you as you return to the land of the world, whatever the land of living. And, you're back in this church, and you hear some chanting from the luminaries on the other side. It's probably been 35 minutes-ish.
Yeah. And then she's just going to thank the keepers and leave.
On your way out, you do notice the spot next to the door. There's no other upkeep done anywhere in this building besides the luminaries and now where you did it. There is one small candle lit at one of the other shrines, though.
Which one is that?
Make a perception check, I can tell you.
8.
Yeah, so you walk up to it.
I'm going to walk a little closer.
Yeah, you're looking at it, and it's a black candle, and it looks like it had been burning for a while. And it's to Amani the Dreamer. Is the goddess that it's lit for.
So he's been in there a while, and
35 minutes, yeah.
Eon's getting bored. So Eon's gonna wander in. Because Eon does enjoy the gods to their own degree.
When they pass by.
Yeah, on a planar level. We go in, and I want to stand in the middle and just feel which side feels most like home, like the god I had contact with.
That's a good.
Do you want me to roll for that? Yeah. We had a whole talk about
yeah,
this.
you said that you had contact with Cyrus, so yeah. It would
Well.
obviously be the luminaries.
Is that the one?
That's Cyrus, luminaries. You said that in your backstory you had written about Cyrus, so.
Let's keep a low profile. Waste 30 minutes. Hello! Hi, everybody!
Stands in the middle, like.
Yeah, and it's obviously it's the most low lit. It's the most taken care of. The other ones are dim, like dusty, dim. You see, you didn't catch Eon walking because you're kind of just like staring at the candle and like looking at that, focused on that. But then you turn around and you just see Eon in the middle of the room, like.
I'm gonna walk unhurriedly, just a casual walk.
Fuck.
Up to Eon. Do you stay where you are? Am I chasing you down?
I feel like I recognize the spooky symbol that had me in jail, but said nice things otherwise. So I'm gonna give a small dance prayer from behind them.
Make a make a performance check. I need to know how bad this dance is.
A dance prayer.
First step, glow. Second step, do Tai Chi.
Both good.
Yeah, I was gonna say, let's see, a 17 from here.
Do Tai Chi under stars.
Yes.
Make a
That
perception
is-
check, Leva. Sorry, Car.
A 19.
Alright, that's it.
Just so you know, I have.
14.
So you would notice, you didn't get there fast enough to stop this, but you do notice that the dance that Eon is doing, you caught the very end of the dance that wait, he or she, sorry.
They-
They were doing
They-
Under the
it-
Stars. And it's incredibly similar to that, like Do Tai Chi Under Stars. This is a way better performance than you gave the night before. It's very favorable performance. It looks very nice. You do it very quietly, too, so no one even notices you doing it besides Kara.
First step
I
glow.
have performance on dancing.
Advantage.
Advantage on dancing only.
Dancing advantage. Dancing advantage is
Really?
crazy.
That was quite nice, Eon. I think it's time we go, though.
I'm gonna like wave goodbye to the gods and shrine, and I'll follow you out.
As you
My brain,
pass,
for some reason, pictured like hot to go. Like,
I never said it's not that, dude.
Pretty close.
It's just slower.
What's good is what's good is relative. Like it was a really good performance. It can still be hot to go.
Temple Roan.
Hot to goes.
His temple
Really
round.
slayed and hot to
Funny.
on
go.
tour right now.
Funny. Yeah, and
I'm
as
kind
you
of glancing over my shoulder.
It's
They're
a
just
really
noticing
bright
you leaving.
place over there where they are, so me slightly glowing, it's like hard to tell because they're already in a bright corner.
also you're wearing
Who
clothes.
ever notices
like,
a glowing humanoid?
well, you're also wearing clothes, and it says
Yeah.
in your thing that it dampens. the
Yeah,
light,
travelers' clothes can cover
Makes it wet?
So,
makes me wet.
Damn.
So, as you start to exit the temple, you walk past Amani's site again, and the candle goes out from presumably you walking past, and you're back outside.
Thank
The
you
afternoon
for-
sun is getting
is,
lower
like,
in the
still
sky.
there?
Yeah, he's still there.
And what were you doing? Just leaning on a
just-
lamppost, being
yeah.
a cool guy.
writing a
I
letter.
think I was just thinking about the fucking hand hallway and just like,
Did you already write your letter, or were you?
yeah, I wrote the letter already.
We already
Just having to
Pink.
think.
man.
Was
Just
it
deep in
pretend-
thought, deep in thought.
Just like the horse.
Just
Damn.
loitering.
Damn.
The afternoon sun is getting starting to
it's
sink in the
Time we
sky.
head back to the inn.
Agreed.
All right, you make your way downtown.
Walking fast.
Takes quite a while to cross.
We're homebound.
Faces past.
Steady.
Faces
To
pass.
cross.
When
We're
you get to the
homebound.
market,
Do 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 do.
when you get to the market,
Do.
when you get to the market, people are starting to pack up. You can tell that it's close to
We
end of
stop
day.
by and say hi to Stumpy.
Wait, oh, you're at the inn? I might come by and stay up if that little fairy friend of yours is still with you.
Yes, they are.
Well then, count
They
me
just
in
didn't
for
feel like leaving the inn yet.
count me in for a brew then.
We'll see
Sounds
you there.
good. Sounds good.
What are we
Continue.
brewing?
Alcohol.
No, somebody already brewed it. Eon.
You're having this conversation as you're walking.
Yeah.
That's just what people call beer. Sometimes
You have to brew beer, so it's
Yeah.
called a brew.
Yeah, it takes quite a while to cross the city. So by the time you get back to the inn, the sun is setting over the water. It is immaculately beautiful. Flashback to you, the conversation you're having with a lady. They go, well, I suppose I should be getting back to my boss.
Unfortunate.
It was amazing to meet you. And
Same.
I assume at this point you'd already exchanged names and all that. Pleasure.
Names,
Pleasantries.
phone
You guys have been
numbers, you
jonesing
know,
for a couple hours.
AOL.
Chilling. Yeah.
I met somebody who has an AOL email still.
Oh my god, no way.
It still works.
Crazy. Yeah, so they're very happy to meet. Did you want to ask them anything else before we leave, or stay quiet?
More or less, I was just kind of like getting the vibe of the town, like who has control, what kind of
seems
people
like-
are around, you know.
Yeah, so essentially, I would say you were chilling for a couple hours. You definitely got that information. It would definitely be no one's really in control. It's just like a normal setup. You got the mayor, and then you got some nobles, and you got merchants. Merchants are usually higher than that. The traders, the anyone who does like class stuff is higher. You know, like trades, and then
Standard.
there's obviously commoners and peasants and farmers. Like you know that farmers generally live on either their farms or in the poorer neighborhoods. The farm hands would go to work from the cities. There's like things that bust them out to the farms to help with the farm work. Merchants are highly respected. The market's a huge draw. Dock workers are respected. It's just like a normal city, essentially. You know that most of it is run on trade, though, like agrarian society. Like they ship out a lot of crops everywhere, so that's the main export. And the city's doing well, essentially.
Okay.
There's high demand and lots of tourism. Well, not tourism. Lots of people coming in, an influx for workers and stuff.
All right. Well, I guess I've learned what I needed to know, and they've already gone. So I would go back in and see if the mayor has showed up, and also where is Ron?
It's funny that you say that, because right as you say that, you hear a loud clambering as Ron Haran falls down the stairs. And on his back, riding him, is the dwarf bartender. And he's like, "Woo! My brother's dead!" And Ron Haran goes, "Your brother's dead!"
Do we walk in and see this?
Yeah, you all you had just walked in and you had just started to and you all hear the crash and see that scene.
Seen a lot of interesting things today.
What just happened?
They're having fun.
Yeah, his brother's dead!
Nobody cheers. People look shocked.
Are the two of them?
Yeah.
Do you think we're gonna have to get lodging at the other inn?
That's the owner on his shoulders.
Points
I think
across.
we're fine.
The owner loves us.
Cara points across the street. There is another inn, by the way, directly
Yeah.
across the street
Yeah.
called Under the Bridge. There's it's way quieter. There's just a guy sitting there yeah, come over here, guys.
Hi guys.
It's clearly it's like the Motel 6 to the La Quinta, you know?
Neither one is great.
Fuck you, I'm a La Quinta man. Through and through.
It's the slightly worse one. It's the one I don't like as much, so there.
It's not even a Best Western, guys.
It's probably best.
You either get La
Midwestern.
Quinta or Motel 6. Oh, sorry, we're sold out of Motel 6.
No, it's probably a
There's a
Best
Motel
Western.
6 too.
Okay.
It's a
Anyway.
Best Western.
Yeah.
dude.
There's Super 8 and then there's Motel 6.
It's a Best Western to a highway like
a motel.
like an express motel. You know?
Like a non-chain hotel.
Yeah.
Oh, Days Inn also belongs on there now, so...
We're not getting into that right now. Let's just finish this up. All right, so yeah, you guys all see this, and it's dead silent. Everyone's staring at you.
At least he's having a good time.
And at that,
Walk over and try and get them up off the ground.
yeah, people are coming in. You can tell it's all the market people are coming in for their drinks. Sunsets, getting dark out. Probably 30 minutes past. You guys just killing time in the bar, and a halfling man walks in. He's chubby. Actually, where's my miniature?
Is he escorted by anybody?
No, he just freely walks in. Let me find my miniature. Hold on.
Did
Oh, here it is. Here's the guy.
did any
Here's
of
the
us
guy.
did any of us ask the mayor's name?
No.
Le Maire.
Yeah, so the mayor walks in. He's a chubby chubby halfling. He's got a mullet. It's blonde. He's got a full beard that's blonde, and he's got what is
One of us is allowed to have a mullet.
What is he wearing?
No.
He's got
A cape and
He's
no
got a cape
arm.
over one shoulder, a red satin cape. Looks nice, very fashionable. He's got elegant traveler's clothes on.
Does he have two arms?
He only has one arm. His left arm is missing.
The whole arm?
Basically from it's a halfling, so it's kind of proportional.
What's a whole arm even? Halfling.
it's
It's a quarter arm.
Yeah, it's where it normally would be the elbow. And yeah, he just walks in and he goes, "Why is it so silent?" And everyone goes, "Mayor!"
Oh,
Very
man.
This is a Mr. Peanut Butter episode.
And yeah, everyone perks up immediately. The second he enters the room, it seems like Joy entered the room with him. And Joy's not just his first wife. No. He brought the vibe back, essentially. And he walks to the bar and he slaps it, and the orc bartender just immediately hands him a very comically large mug for his halfling hand. And he
Is it a
just
normal mug?
starts drinking, and everyone starts having a normal, joyous time. Seems like this is an every night occurrence.
I feel like we should stop him before he drinks too much.
Yeah.
You kidding me? The mayor seems awesome.
You're busy.
I don't trust this guy.
The bartender, the
comforting.
dwarven bartender looks at me and goes, "Mayor is awesome. Yeah. Best customer. Saved the town. No thieves. Best. My brother's dead!" And he falls down.
The rest of us are gonna walk over to the mayor, I think.
Maybe not the rest of us. Most of us.
Not Ron Haran and the dwarf.
It's probably best that we don't surround this halfling.
I'm also not walking over there.
Fair.
Well, who's gonna go? Okay.
I think
Go.
this dude seems like my kind of
If you have to
man right
ask,
here.
I think you
Yeah,
you
yeah,
have to
so
do
I-
it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take over on this one, so I'm gonna fly into the seat next to the mayor.
And Car's gonna take a seat next to
Did you
if
presume
there's
the
one
seat next to the mayor was open?
Yes.
Because this is a very popular halfling. There is not a seat next to him open. He had people crowding around him, clapping him on the back, asking what he did today. It just seems like they're having a jovial conversation with a very likable guy. But as you walk over towards the mayor, you hear from behind you, "There's my lady," as Stumpy comes into the bar.
Excuse me a moment. And I'm gonna go say hi to Stumpy.
Well, I was going to tell him about the wall of hands, or her about the wall of hands.
That fucking wall of hands.
Mayor! Yo!
Toga! He turns towards you and says, Toga!
I love this dude.
guy! Oh god!
I love this dude. I can sense instant warmth from him. We must get to
He
him.
leans into you and goes, "Just let me know if you'd like to get a room later, okay?
Understood.
In the meantime, I'm gonna go drain the lizard. Or
Stu-
should I say, the snake." And he walks in towards the bathroom, sauntering.
No legs on that thing.
You turn back around and you hear, Toga!
Right. Shit. Alright, this guy is... I'm gonna go back to these two. So, like...
Before you talk to the mayor, he seems great, but near his house, there's a monument of hands.
A
that have
hallway.
Been,
Like a
hallway of
Like a
hands
statue? Or...
No, real people's hands.
that have been cut off and nailed to the walls.
Maybe he just likes hands.
Don't think you treat things you like that.
You hear laughing.
I have bugs stapled on
Just-
my wall.
just
You can
something to keep in
smell
mind.
the rot.
After you hear this, you look around and you do notice that there's some people in there like celebrating around the mayor without hands. Like there's like one or two of them hoisting a mug with him.
Let's...
Something to keep in mind.
The
Yeah.
mayor gets hands sometimes.
What's Dion doing?
Dancing?
It's a different loot
The
player.
vibes are jovial.
Yeah.
It's a different
Probably
loot
good
player.
music.
A way better loot player.
Oh, wow.
Use track 3. Way better.
This is the evening loot player when
Yeah.
the bar is busy.
Yeah, he's like,
Then-
he taps on the mic. He's like, "What's up, Riverrun?
Night
Are
shift
we
is way
ready to
better.
roll?"
What the fuck is up, Denny's?
It's not a mic necessarily. It's just a
Megaphone?
backwards gourd that amplifies
And he goes,
sound.
"I want to Riverrun."
This guy slaps. I love it here.
You just hear in the background, and then that just keeps playing, and he's like, "The man Toby is the boy."
Eon's not used to probably this many people, but I'd say up until the camp, what they were used to is like maybe a boat of dwarves. Not like they hadn't really been to cities,
10.
so they're just kind of they're more to the side. Not really.
It's starting to get jovial in this joint.
Yeah, getting
people are getting
Couple
involved. The
beers
dwarf
drink.
stands up and he runs over and starts like dancing. Are both dead? Yeah, and there's a moment where everyone starts to walk towards like the the loot player, and the crowd breaks away from the mayor, and the mayor is ordering another drink.
I think this is our time.
Yeah.
And we push up to the...
You like
to the
surge
mayor.
up on this man?
Not
I'm gonna-
surge, but...
I just
And I, like, walk
Yo,
up with, like-
mayor, finally, and I pat him on the back.
He like falls into the bar. He goes, "Whoa!"
Sorry.
Hey, and he points his stump at you. He goes, "Hands up!" You're so tall.
I am.
Love that for you.
I love
Great guy.
this one.
Great guy right here.
Let's see how this plays out.
I'm gonna shoot the mayor my most dazzling smile.
Give me a performance check.
Let's go.
A performative smile.
Performative smile.
Perform for me.
Perform happiness.
Smile's gonna be
Sing
interesting.
for me.
It's like an 8.
It's not performative.
I'm really upset by that one.
There's some seething underneath the smile. And he kind of looks at you and he's like, "Welcome to my city, Riverrun."
Yo!
Definitely a local artist.
Oh yeah. He goes, I presume I've never seen your faces. I don't see everyone's faces, but are you new here? You visiting for the night? Who do you know? What brings you to my fair city?
We are new in town. We just came from was it Deadwood?
Dead timber.
Dead timber.
Dead Timber Forest, and
Oh, right over there. Yeah, Dead Timber. Yeah, I love that place.
and
I just had a candied apple from there earlier today. Local specialty.
speaking of which, I hand you 3.
He goes, oh, there they are!
Perhaps now's not the time.
No, you should. He turns you. You should definitely. They are phenomenal. He talks with his hands too. Well, he waves it around. He waves it around so much it looks like he's very good at it. So.
To be forward, Mayor, we're here on official business.
He like straightens up. He puts his stump on his hand.
We'd love to have a.
Official business. Well, you talk like you're from the Dawnspire. He takes a drink.
It might be because.
You're not over there.
What? Yeah,
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, he was the first
not
one
hanging
to
out
approach.
with
Everyone but you're over doing
I thought
something.
Like I patted him on the
He
back.
when you say you are from the Dawnspire, he like looks kind of like you almost like took the party out of him, and he goes, puts the mug down. He goes, "How can I help you?"
We're really sorry to
We
Interrupt your
may
night.
want to move away from.
the
This is a private conversation.
Okay, all right, okay, I get you. It's my favorite song, Riverrun.
It is.
This is a really long song.
I think it's the only song you know.
This bard is really good at this one song.
It's a one-hit wonder.
Yes, well, let's go to the roof, I guess.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah.
So you make your way up the narrow staircase, and the sound of jovial music and the clanking of mugs leaves behind. You hear the song end as you start to crest up onto the top of the roof, and you hear, "Uncle." He goes, "You want to hear Riverrun?" and cheering as the door closes to the roof. There's no one else up there. Are you up there with them, or did you stay downstairs?
Yeah,
I
it's chilling.
did not get perception score too low
Cool.
for that.
You are up on top of the roof, and he sits down at the same table you were at earlier. And he looks over the river and he goes, "I love this view. It's the best view in the entire city."
Does
So,
seem very nice.
what's up? What do you need to talk to me about?
Do
Can we
you?
make this kind of? Yeah.
The pyre is gone.
No,
No,
the
the
fort
fort
is
is gone.
What?
the fort that we were at was
The fort called the pyre.
No,
The
it
fort was
wasn't
like-
called the Pyre. It was
the
Camp
group
Rackhill.
Oh, what the hell?
to
Fort
kill
Rackhill,
it.
whatever.
Yeah.
I thought that's
I
what
don't
we
think
called
we knew
it.
the name.
Pyre's the name of the group.
It never
that-
came up. You
Yeah.
guys didn't ask.
We didn't have time.
It's fine. I'll
Yeah.
presume that you said what.
Yeah.
That Fort
Yeah,
Rackhill
it's gone.
is gone. Wait,
It's gone.
what do you mean it's gone? I was
Burnt down.
there. Accidentally burnt down?
Purposeful.
Was burned
The
down.
captain who runs that place
Dead.
runs a.
Thanks.
You hear from outside.
He's
"My
right,
brother!"
His brother's dead.
Yeah.
He's right.
and like if you look over like off the edge, you see the dwarf guy just pissing into the
I-
river.
I wonder, Mr. Mayor, how many times you've heard that tonight?
What
My brother's dead.
yeah, that was his
My brother's dead.
brother. Oh, okay, so business. We gotta. How? Who? What?
So
Who are you?
we had all been gathered by the Dawnspire to
Yeah,
take
it's a
a
training
test.
fort. I get that. Yes.
We had just passed our test.
Oh, congratulations. Welcome.
Thank you. And then an Aarakocran murdered the captain.
It's weird that you had to use a race there. That was odd. I'm kidding. That sounds funny.
Noted.
Human racist.
And there was several members of the pyre there.
Wait, the pyre was there.
Yes.
They were responsible.
They burned down the fort.
They
Right.
locked all the guards in.
All the guards.
All the guards.
Even John Stewman.
And John Stewart.
He makes the best stew.
He did make
I was
a
up there
hell of a
last week and I was checking in on the fort. I had heard that we were getting new recruits and
Unfortunately,
wow, this is I'm sorry, this is a lot. Okay. All right.
You
And he
can
starts running his hands through his mullet.
You can see why we didn't want to wait until the morning to tell you, but
Yeah, no, I'm
we
glad.
didn't know how best to find you.
Yeah, you made the right. Wow, you made the right decision. I'm gonna have to do something, obviously. Okay, what day is it? And he like looks up.
Equivalent of Sunday.
Yeah. He's like thinking. He's like, okay, all right. They've gone too far this time. We can't just let this slide. They've been a huge pain lately.
One person got away with a barrel of magicite. Is that what it was called?
Arcanite. When you say that, like, he was holding a cup, he just, like, drops his cup. And it hits the roof, and it shatters. And he goes, I'm just making sure. A barrel?
Yes.
To be fair, everybody was invisible at the fucking time.
Yes, they used one.
I don't think you
Have you ever tried to stop an invisible person
I
on
don't,
a cart?
I'm not blaming you. Listen, I don't even know you, but I don't think you understand what a barrel of Arcanite is capable of.
We can imagine.
After
He
what
like
we
turns
saw.
towards the city and there's like a view of the city and he goes, "What?" He just starts yelling. He's like, "What do you mean?"
To be fair, I don't think the person who got away is okay anymore.
Wait, were you not aware that a barrel of Arcanite was supposed to be there?
I know that they get shipments and they transport it to other places. I'm not at liberty to discuss the shipment routes of Arcanite right now, but I know that it passes through the Dawnspire's hands. It's the only place that it's, and he kind of just basically that. It's the Dawnspire are the only ones that are legally allowed to handle Arcanite.
Well, with how coordinated this attack was, it would seem somebody more knowledge than you about the shipping of Arcanite has taken liberties with that information.
This is way more than I wanted to deal with tonight. And are any of you holding a drink?
No. We did not have a
You had a
chance.
bottle.
Yeah,
He grabs
This guy.
the bottle from you and he just starts drinking it. And before his hair's all fucked up, he like kind of combs it back after he takes a drink. He's like, okay, all right. And he gets some composure and he's like, I'm gonna have to talk to the others about this. All right. I have to go. He starts talking to himself. Like he's clearly at this point not talking to you guys. He's talking to himself, but you're just there. And he's like, okay, well, I'm supposed to meet with them in a week anyways. I guess I can bring it up then. And he goes, but they're not going to believe me. They're always fighting. Okay, I need you to come with me. I need you to tell them this story.
Where do you need us to go?
Who?
The capital leaders, the 13. I'm one of the 13. The leaders. We all meet every couple months, and we discuss what's going on in our cities. It's normal, but this is important, and they won't just believe me saying this. I need Dawnspire witnesses.
Every capital leader?
Every capital leader.
Okay.
This is like a normal, like for him it's normal. It's like just politics. It's like, yeah, we meet to discuss the affairs of the city and to go through rules and boring political stuff. This is incredibly important, and I need you to come with me and deliver these statements. Otherwise, they won't believe just me.
How far is it, or do they come here?
And he's like it's not far. I'm trying to pull up the world map. Sorry. It's not far. It's actually very conveniently located for me and me alone. Weird. What a while that happens.
They really built it right around here for some reason.
You guys are in Riverrun right here. They are meeting in Cynosure, which is the exact center of the continent. You've never been there. None of you have ever been there. It's literally only used for political meetings. It's
At this point.
It's literally, it's not a city. It's just like a giant castle, essentially. And he goes, I have to go to Cynosure. We have a quarterly meeting. It's in about a week. I need you all to come with me.
I suppose we can
Well,
do that.
Why all of us?
Because if it's just one or two, they'll think I'm trying to pull something over on them. I need all of you.
Well, this one knows how to party. I'll give him that.
He goes, and at this point, you're members of the Dawnspire, and I'm a commander. I am now ordering you. You are coming with me to Xanashur. But in the meantime, enjoy the city. And he kind of just like gestures to Riverrun. He goes, but I need you here in a week.
Do you need anything more immediately from us?
It's just details, and he just wants to like get all the like iron out the details so that the story is straight and consistent, which he briefly explains. Yeah. But he also goes, in the meantime, if you could help out the city in any way you can. I mean, there's a job board. You enjoy it, you know. Like you're not my prisoner. He just says, and after this, you can go whatever way you want. But I do need you to come with me to tell this story.
Very, very well, I suppose, Commander.
He hails when he hails up and he touches his because he's wearing a shoulder cape. He touches his shoulder cape. You do see a Dawnspire ring on his hand as well. He goes, "Is that everything for tonight? No more surprises?"
Not from us.
No.
Okay. Well, at some point during this week, you can also come to my house for dinner. I'm sure you've seen my house. It's up on the hill. And you can see his house. It's like on a hill, so like you can see it from where you are right now. He goes, "Yep, right over there. Just come by. Let the guardsmen out front know that you're here to see me for dinner, and I'll let you in."
Speaking of your house,
Magnificent. You've seen it. It's a beautiful palace, right? It's
Yes.
not like it's like a large mansion. It's not really like a palace, but he thinks highly of it.
Got
It's
it.
a Mc-
It's a mansion when you're half the size
Yeah.
of
It's
a normal
a-
human.
It's a beautiful home. I couldn't help but notice the very peculiar monument in front of it.
The gate? Oh yeah, I had that shipped in from Alderay actually. Elven craftsmanship. Beautiful.
The hallway with the
Oh,
hand.
Sorry, yeah, I forget that people who aren't from here aren't used to seeing that. No, yeah, that's just... I like to think of it as a deterrent. It keeps people around here honest.
Interesting.
No
Is
crime
it-
in Riverrun.
Is it what I assume are the hands of anyone who's done any thieving?
You are correct. Simple concept, easy to understand, gets the message across. Crime rate has gone way down since I implemented the Hall of Hands.
How long's that been here?
About 5 years or so. Before that, it was rampantly out of control. I had to fight tooth and nail just to get power in the city.
Does it have to do with how you lost your arm?
He like gestures to his stump, and he's just like, "Oh no, that's from the Cataclysm.
Oh,
Nothing to do with it." Weird coincidence, though, right?
Yes.
You know, actually,
That's
a
crazy.
I might start spreading that rumor myself. And he laughs. It's like, that's smart. You're a smart one. I can see why they put you in the Dawnspire. I expect big things from you. Winks seductively. But in the meantime, enjoy yourself. This is all of you, right? And there's no one else?
There's one more downstairs. They were just busy with the party.
The busy with it. This seems a
They're
lot
enjoying-
more important than the party.
They entrusted us to take care
It's
of
got a
so
glowing personality.
That's really funny.
A bright future ahead of it.
So, am I to assume that they entrust you? They're your leader then?
They'll come with for the other
Maybe
meetings.
like the mascot.
it. Leader's a
just-
strong word.
This is their
well,
first time in a city.
Leader
Listen,
in
you
the
wanna
same
do
way
that.
a
You're all
dog leads you.
recruits. I'm sure will be. You all made it in the Dawnspire. I'm sure you're trustworthy. In the meantime, I have to keep up appearances, and he smiles, and it's almost like instant. When he smiles, it's like the glow comes, the warmth comes back. Like it just feels good. You know, you're like, yeah, okay, cool. And he just picks up the little shattered pieces of his cup, and he walks back downstairs, and he goes, "I'm so drunk I broke my cup. Who's getting me a new one?" And they go, "Yeah, Mayor Toby!" Down Riverrun.
Did we notice this mayor mentioning that he didn't get elected
But he forced himself into power, yes.
and then started chopping people's limbs off?
Oh, trust me, I've been thinking about it all day.
Okay. Understood.
I've met worse mayors.
Have you met? I'm just kidding. Like, how many mayors has Ron around met?
Yes.
I mean,
most
I've
villages
traveled
have
for
a mayor.
a lot of villages, so I feel like I've seen like some great mayors, some
I would know.
really
just,
not
just around
so
the same
good
page,
fucking mayors.
just like historically and just as a lore thing. Every place that's not a capital city, it's pretty much like lawless. Like it's however people want. If they can get together and make a community, hell yeah. If they can't, there's like thievery. There's a bunch of other shit. But also, every capital city is not inherently like has a mayor or a certain political system. They're all run individually, however they see fit in their own like hamlets.
They're like
essentially.
city-states?
Yeah, they're essentially city-states. Yes. So this one happens to have a mayor. Yes.
Yes, I have seen the
Mayor's,
Thunder Dodecahedron, and it is not pretty.
That's sick. That's gonna be on the map somewhere.
Gonna be there somewhere.
Tom's fucking theory crafting out here.
Just a cloud.
Lord drop.
Dice.
Thunder, no, I don't even know what the fuck.
That's
he just,
real?
It is, and it is glorious.
I don't
It's gonna
think
have
I
to be
want
like
to
a
see
gladiator
anything.
city or
I
something.
do want to see it.
Yeah.
It's gonna have to be a
100%.
gladiator city,
Yeah.
obviously. Like that's sick as fuck. It exists. I think I have a place called Thunder Bay or something. So like, it could
Anyone
be-
gonna let me know?
Yeah, you're all still on the
Yeah.
rooftop, and you just
Yeah.
have that.
We should
interaction.
let
We're just kind of having
Eon
a
know.
powwow.
You come
Sure
back
thing.
downstairs and Eon is now intoxicated and no
Has Eon
longer.
ever been
You
intoxicated?
can get
Yeah,
intoxicated.
I would assume being around dwarves a lot, Eon knows their way around a couple of different alcoholic beverages.
What's Eon like when they're drunk? Are they any different?
What is you being drunk?
Probably, definitely dancing.
Do you have a liver?
It's a good
Great
question.
question.
Do you pee? Can you break the seal?
There's dancing. No, it combusts inside. Yeah, internal
Me too.
There's just a
combustion.
lot of dancing. Really jovial.
Dancing, and the scarf is gone, so there's definitely just glowing. Not in as control, so maybe a little bit. Every
I
now
don't
and
think
again you
anyone's
get
really
a
noticed
pulse.
it, like unless they're
A
like
slight pulse of
staring
light.
at you. But like
Yeah.
one guy is just like staring at you from the
Like
corner.
a light show?
But like when you kind of, I don't know, there is one guy that's for sure like clocking you, being wild and like just.
I'm
stroking
not
his
clocking
facial
them.
hair. He's like,
So do we see this?
yeah, you would definitely notice that.
Eon, come here.
Come here,
Oh,
buddy.
guys, where'd you go?
You
It's
can't
so
just
good
start
to
petting
see
people's
you.
faces.
No.
I wasn't petting him.
Oh,
No,
You
no,
was petting.
he's
He was,
like
okay.
nervously like.
Oh, yeah.
But honestly, the longer you watch him, you do notice that he just seems like he might be tweaking a little bit too, in general.
It's just some guy. Whatever.
Okay.
Not my problem.
So Eon, we have a new task in a week.
Hooray!
We're going to go
Yeah,
with
there's
the
no
mayor
sense of purpose.
to a meeting. And we're going to tell him what happened at the fort. Tell everybody what happened at the fort.
So, for now, it
For now,
seems like
we
we've all
Just
been
get to stay here and have a good time in Riverrun.
we've all been invited to not be allowed to leave the city.
The dwarf bar owner comes back and he goes, you all been so great. My brother's dead.
Your brother's dead.
Your
You
brothers.
can have some rooms. Here you go. He just gives you keys. Doesn't tell you which rooms
Thank
they're
you.
for. There's no indication on the key, like which number it is. He goes, okay. And he just wanders back upstairs to his room.
This is as convenient as it is confusing.
you didn't have to pay.
I'm gonna give my key to Lix. Like, you'll figure this out faster.
I'll unlock some doors.
Lex, please
That's
use
what
the
I'm
key.
hoping.
That's why I have the keys. I never said I was going to pick the locks.
You
Doors.
say pick the locks, like so a couple heads like turn and like look in your general direction.
Me? Never.
Just
Keys.
Keys.
Unorganized keys.
picking the right
choose
key.
the locks, right,
I got that
everyone?
See, we gotta pick the key for the lock.
Yeah, it's a linguistic issue.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So I'm not from around here.
Commas are important.
Oh, look, he's getting back up on stage. Hey, and then as the night starts to fade out before you go to your room, all you hear is, "You guys want to hear it again? Riverrun!" And that's where we'll end the session. ValorBound is a Lost Cause Media production.
Lost Cause Media.